Thomas Ifala. Welcome, sir, to the media.
Thank you. What a great honor. It's a pleasure to see you guys. Thank you so much.
Firstly, tell us your impression about Liberia Diaspora Conference.
Well, firstly, let me begin by saying a big congratulations to the president, the organizers of this unique program. Honestly, I'm elected just by my presence, purposely to lend our support to the government and to give our lesson learned and share our lessons with our diaspora community. And what inspired me most is to see that connectivity, that network, not only the diaspora America, but I saw Canada represented, I saw Australia represented, I saw the entire Europe represented at the opening section. And you will agree with me, this is the diaspora to conglomerate 50 to 100 people. It's difficult because everyone working, they have their own engagement, but to have seen the number of questions that grace this opening ceremony, it tells you that Liberians are prepared to focus and move in one direction, put our differences aside, and put Liberia first. So I'm very impressed, and I hope we continue in the midst of our disagreement as Liberians. We must put country first. We must continue to talk about patriotism, nationalistic as we are. We must continue to do that. And I think it's the right way to go. We must reconcile. We must reconcile our differences and do not allow politics. I know politics will always play, but we should not allow politics to define us and continue to divide us. So I'm impressed. I'm great. I'm great to be here. It's a pleasure. I hope you enjoy the rest of the 3 days in this hall so that we can share our lesson learned. We all have some issues. How we can mitigate those issues, sit on the round table, and put Liberia first is something that we all wanted to see.
And as a member of the House of Representatives and the Deputy Speaker, for that matter, what support is the House going to lend?
And that's why my presence here. My presence here is not just the image. It's not just the image, like you rightly said. The Deputy Speaker of the Legislature, House of Representatives, I have a pivotal role to play. Budgetary support. We're going to make sure because the budget is formulated by the legislature. So by my presence here is to say, yeah, Mr. President, you got our support because I have seen and I know what you want to do. I've seen what your focus is, and then I should be a champion as I get back to be able to negotiate, network with my colleagues, and tell them, hey, this is not about party politics, it's not about individual, it is about our country. We need to conglomerate our people, citizens across the globe, to see how we all can come and be a part of our nation building.
That's why Liberians have an issue with land and that of security.
Yeah, that has been an issue. Yeah, the issue of land, the issue of security. And I will tell you for a fact, even in America, there are issues. There are issues. Sometimes we listen to some of our friends, these are valid arguments. Someone will tell you the issue of security in Liberia is fragile. Someone will tell you, yes, the issue of land is fragile, but I will also shift the argument and tell you that even in the great United States of America, the issue of security, there are issues, there are human rights abuses. But how be it, America is America, we all embrace America. So what am I trying to say? Liberia, yes, there are issues. There will always be issues, there has been issues. But that cannot stop you, that cannot define you to say I'm not a Liberian. We must go back home and redirect some of those things that are not positive in our direction. How can we build up the security sector? How can we work it out? How can we change the mindset of our people? How can we change the mindset of our citizens? The orientation you have had over the years in the diaspora living in America, the education your brothers and sisters back home, probably you could be a key teacher, giving your story from your community. If you manage to cultivate the kingdom, you went back home, I think it's something that we all can learn from. The land issue, it has been even I live in Liberia, I haven't traveled, I haven't lived up in Liberia for the last 2, 3, 4, 5 years. But when I don't go home, you buy a piece of land, there will always be crashes on land, people forcing on land, but that does not define you. To say I will not go back home, I will disengage because I bought one parcel of land and there was crashes on the land and I did not achieve what I thought, so I'm going to give up on Liberia. When you give up on your country, who you expect? So it's about encouraging one another so that one can go back home and develop. Yes.
Mr. Deputy Speaker, a question that has to do with looking at representation from the Australia and other parts of Europe, craft for
consulates. You as deputy speaker sit in leadership meetings. What exactly will you be?
Yeah, I think it's one of the piggyback in this meeting that I took. When most of those speakers, especially the chairpersons, spoke about consulate. I remember years when I went to Australia, these were things that Liberians prefer, and they continue to allow. And I understand from the Minister of Foreign Affairs, it has budgetary implications. So this is where the legislature comes in working with the executive to see, yes, you want this to happen, but it has budgetary implications. And it is the legislature, your legislators must be able to see reason in what those guys are saying. How does it help the economy? Forming a consulate in Australia, for example, how does it attract investors? Forming a consulate in Canada, how does it help in terms of investment portfolio bringing back home? Because you're not just creating a consulate in those areas just because you want to. You must be able to attract investors, investment to take back home. So if those areas have potential, like for example, Canada, Australia, yes, that means we must invest in making sure that we have a consulate that will give back home to our people. So yes, I will be championing that because it's something that I have a little idea on, and I know the importance of rationale in doing it.
Yeah, Honorable Deputy Speaker, we when we were going live at the onset of this occasion, comments were just coming in. We did not see Thomas Fala all over. So, what message would you like to say, most especially for those in Liberia?
We came here since September the 4th, 5th, no, the 9th. I've been here, several meetings with the president. This morning was just because of traffic, and I got me a little late, but it was not personal. There's no issue. We are very supportive, very, very supportive of this government. Knowing the history, the political history of Thomas Fala, I know sometimes it rings bell, it alarms. Not saying around, but no, there's no issue. We are 100% focused. We are supporters of this regime. The agenda of this president is our goal. We must achieve it together. So it was just maybe because of a little traffic problem, because I'm in Delaware with my little kid, so I have to drive to come in. So there was nothing much. No issue.
Finally,
no, our first, please don't make issue out of this. Thomas Fala is here. I'm very supportive for that. That should be the message.
And finally, you said that this is not about party politics. Over the past few months, we've seen Honorable Thomas Fala shifting away from party politics and that. Is there a new Thomas Fala?
There's a new Thomas Fala because, yes, I'm a Liberian, yes, but the new Thomas Fala is being very objective this time around. I believe this is the right path. This is the right path. I'm going to support this movement. I'm going to support this regime. I'm going to support this government. And I'm not a party person for now. No, I'm not a party politics. I'm an independent and objective free thinker. Yeah, so notwithstanding being objective, being a free thinker politically, it doesn't negate the fact that I have my right to support whatever I want to support. So I support His Excellency Joseph Yuma Baka. I support his agenda. I support his government, his policy, and I'm going to help to drive it. And that's why I'm not just saying it, but I will get involved. That's why you see my involvement everywhere he goes. When you are come with 20 plus years of experience in national governance, so Fala is not just an ordinary guy. I have managed, I tested the level of opposition for 12 years. I managed, I tested the level of ruling position. And now I don't know my position. I'm fitting.
All right, folks. Thank you so much. And bye-bye for now.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Welcome to the Nightly Exchange. This is the Nightly Exchange on Liberia Watch News. Please go to your Facebook, your YouTube, and do the needful. Share, subscribe, comment, and come back here with us to talk about Liberia. So we can, at least you guys know our position here. we support Liberia. That's our position. Please share I guess. Somewhere you give for me to know what's going on with the dark shades.
Well, I think my eyes has some um, low problem with the too much of reflection and reflection from the light in the computer. So try to switch it up a little bit. And more besides, you look more beautiful tonight. And thank you for the invite. And it's always a pleasure sharing the platform with you. And
Pleasure is all mine. So yeah. So we were just watching a video about the Honorable Thomas Fowler giving his view on the Liberian diaspora and something that is going on in DC right now. People are having fun there, and our boy MO is down there. He's having a ball with the big boys. I seen a couple of pictures of him, and yeah. I wish I could be there, but DC is
we all do wish to be there, Anything that is Liberia, we always take it as a sacred obligation. And that's the reason why the last time when I shared a picture with you, when His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Liberia, President Boakai, came to Alana, I took my family, I took my wife and my daughter. We went over there to meet the president, and it was an honor to meet him. And the reception was well, well mannered, well structured, and not many people in this lifetime have had the opportunity to sit with a leader of that country. So
Right.
for me, I took that as one of the greatest honor to be granted audience to meet the president of the Republic of Liberia. And
So
and for some of us who believe in the creed and the prophecy, we always support Joseph and Jeremiah.
Joseph and Jeremiah. Yeah, I remember. That's your thing. But yeah. So there's a lot going on. I think it was the opening today. I don't know how long they're having it for. Is it the whole weekend or just for?
I think anything Liberian is always going to go hit the weekends. So just know that you're going to have barrage of activities playing out.
Yeah, but I don't remember when we're talking to the I kind of was surprised when I seen the finance minister at the UNGA. When we see him that day, the day before in the evening, receiving the guests from the MCC something, and then the next day the person was giving a speech, and I'm like, that's not good for him, is it? Is that him? He was just in Liberia yesterday evening. Like, how come he's in New York? Like, and I was gonna talk today. I kind of saw him clearly at the conference there. I'm like, that is him. Like, what kind of
So
flight? Let me know. Like, what kind of flight
he
got
left-
you that fast?
The delegate came not only to meet with the finance ministry. Yeah, the finance ministry was the one who hosted them, but they have other components and other arms of government. They have already planned to meet. So on that part that has to do with the main presentation on the compact itself, because the literature of that entire compact will be submitted by the finance ministry, because they are the main arm. And then after that, you saw that she also went over, the delegate also went over to Lansing Mines. They met the minister, Honorable Raymond P. and his team over there. And they had a fruitful conversation again, because there are a lot of sectors. I guess that she's going to meet the security sector, because these are part of the economy. These are sectors in the economy that help to, and that are challenged. So the compact is primarily there to help, there to help those wing of the government, or those part of the country or the economy to bloom. And that's the goal. And she said it in her speech, in her little tete-a-tete she had. She said that's one of the goal. It is no longer aid but trade. So there are sector they want to invest in and to make conducive for even American investors, because they know America has a huge stake in the Liberian economy. So they want to invest into sector that will be safe enough and that will open up for American businesses to come and grow, strive, and flourish.
Stable electricity.
Yeah.
Roads.
Good. Security.
Security. There you go.
These are things.
And what is it? Internet.
Well,
Stable.
everything on security now. So you gotta get safe communication line for people to be able to communicate in and out. So all of that.
That's my big my that's one of my biggest security.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of good stuff. There's a lot of good stuff. And hopefully by before December, we're gonna have some good news. Look, there's a lot of good things coming in December. And this Liberia, there's this big on light of hope that is permeating the corridors in Liberia. That there are some of those evil doers are not happy. How many people talking about the renewable energy sector now that Liberia have going to launch the first 20 megawatt solar energy? How many people talking about that? Clean energy.
Exactly. No one is, because it's not going to fit.
The bridge between Ivory Coast and Liberia being constructed now instead of an arc bridge being constructed. People not passing through bushes again to use Kino, who was someone certain people dying over that river to cross to Ivory Coast back and forth. But today they have a construction going on over there. How many people talking about that? There are a lot of good stuff going on over there that people don't want to talk about. People just take the negative thing and run and spin it around. But we know exactly, because the United Nations, the World Bank, is not going to write things that they don't have facts or evidence on. So now you see that there have been rapid progress. We are not saying that there is no challenges. There are challenges. And that's the thing. If the government can acknowledge that there are challenges and give reasonable steps or reasonable suggestion or recommendation to how they are going to solve that problem, then that means the government is on a very serious path. And that's the reason why some of us continue to say that there are prospects. There are prospects that good things going to happen in this administration than the previous administration, that people were just there merry-making, misbehaving, and drinking and smoking uncontrollably.
Yeah, you were merry-making.
Yeah, and doing all.
Just kidding, I saw.
Oh yeah, doing all the ugly stuff. But yeah, let me grab my other phone and share this show real quick.
Yeah, so I was trying to show a picture before I go to my next something to see if you recognize this place and you know what this is. This formula. Where is this? These are some of the things we're talking about. Do you see this?
Yeah.
This is Liberia. We're just talking about LEC, right? This is what
for the first time in how many years?
Fishtown City at night.
They are lighting they are villages who have not seen electricity in Buchanan, in Grand Bassa County, in Fishtown, in other areas. Villages who have not seen in Lima County, parts of the country that have not seen electricity, they are now seeing it. Even in Grand Cayman County now, the West African Fire Pool have entered over there. They are all over there in the villages going on. And I was surprised when I went to Liberia last year, and in one of my own family village, along the Kema Road. I went there and I saw electricity. I asked my dad, I said, are these real electricity or somebody supplying? He said, yeah, this is the West African Power Pool. It's already here. People get current oil in the village. I said, oh my God. And I saw people get free refrigerator, people having deep freezer and other things. What they say, they cooling stuff. I said, why in the
that can
village?
boom the economy too? Because people
Yeah,
freezing their
people
water
are
and
living.
ice and stuff in
Look,
there.
and now with the consistency with the current now, this new manager tackling the major area, not Christmas light bulb anymore, not anymore moving from the era where they say Liberia expecting current now to Liberia enjoying current. People are now in a different space now, you see. But look, for me, I told you that I will continue to preach on the positive, and I'm not going to allow I hope the guys they can come
We
on
have
so
to.
have
We
some
have to.
food.
So, Famla, before we go to something, I wanted to point out something, right? I know people always laughing at me. Well, I'm not gonna put myself out there like that, but I know some people would be saying, "Oh, you don't know the national anthem and stuff." They try to make fun of some of us. I have an excuse though. I have a good reason why if I don't know it all, right? But I was so happy today that I was vindicated, or I'm not the only one to have that should I say stigma or whatever. I mean that people think I don't know. Vasco think that I don't know the national anthem. And he thinks something wrong with me. That makes me less of a Liberian. And I told him I have an excuse.
The American who even born in this America who cannot even sing their own national anthem.
Who is that?
I said there are Americans who are even born in this America who cannot still sing the national anthem.
Oh, you see that? Thank you.
That's not even something that people can.
Those are some of the things he tried to get me with, right? So that you just put your mouth in our politics. You don't know nothing. I say, I'm more of a Liberian than you because I care for Liberia progress, not a political party progress. So I think I love Liberia more than you. Thank God then that they didn't leave the time you left because maybe I was gonna be like that, right? So listening to this, when I listened to this today, I said, thank God. Now I feel relieved. I'm not the only one.
Our national anthem.
What's your report?
Very tough. The flag.
No, family. I saw the video. I was like, Lord, thank you, Lord. I feel a little better, right? That I'm not the only one. But I think I can do better.
Look, that's
like
I laugh my God out when I saw that video.
I thought it was cute. I was laughing my tails off. I'm like, you're in Liberia and you're sounding like this. And somebody laughing at me who's been out of there since the 90s, the end of the 90s. And I don't have an excuse for not being able to for missing some steps. Oh no! Now I know I got a good excuse. What are you talking about? You know, I felt so happy today when I saw it. It was cute, and I felt like, thank God I'm not the only one. And this is great. Like they're right there. Farmland, they're right in the country.
Yeah.
They're my favorite. Enjoy. I was like, what? What are they saying? But yeah, that was cute. I think that the person that teaching those national anthems at the school, they need to double up and try to explain the wording. So even write on the board, let the children see it and try to practice what they what they're trying to say, so they can know what they're saying. But it's cute. I think that was really cute. I like it. So sometimes we just want to crack a little joke before we move on. So today, first of all, let's see what's on your mind. Let's tell the people what to do first. Thomas laughing. Our producer behind it. Thomas laughing at me. Yes, Thomas, I felt really, really good today watching that. I'm like, at least I can't be ashamed anymore.
Yesterday, I feel so sad that I wasn't on the show yesterday. And
That's
so,
what's on your mind. You felt sad. You feeling sad?
yeah.
You okay?
I mean, there were a lot of misinformation and disinformation. There were a lot of falsehood.
We handle that.
People masquerading and parading in falsehood and bigotry sat on this big platform to expatiate their simplicity by calling on the Liberia National Fire Service, by naming and branding them as a perpetrator in trying to assassinate their former president. And that was very outlandish, that was childish, and it has no single iota of truth in whatsoever that was spewed out. But look, I want to say this, and I want to reaffirm my unwavering and unbending and uncompromising support for the Unity Party and the Boakai and Coons administration for the rapid, development that is going on currently in the country. With the fact that Liberia is regaining her name, and her flag is now being hosted among Committee of Nations. Is something that is worth all the applause right now. And look, I want to single out some of the many good things that people are not saying, and many times people are not speaking about. I want to take this time to express my deep appreciation and heartfelt thanks to the Liberian government for the remarkable progress that is currently ongoing, that the government is currently undertaking. And for the first time, for me to be alive and witness such a significant development taking place in Liberia, I want to give God the glory first.
Amen.
And look, I'm going to just say there are a few key areas I'm going to just start outlining. Look at the drop in the price of rice. Look at the prices now. Liberians are no longer jumping over fence to go. No, you're not hearing Liberians demanding. Say, President Boakai, you have to come and tell where the rest is so you can go get it. There's no rest. You not find Liberians saying that. And in fact, the market is so open that a Liberian man just was able, a few days ago, for 50 containers of rice. And in fact, instead of the $14 that was set by the government, he's even selling his for $13. Imagine that. You see, since this is our problem, let you rest. So we don't have that situation. So
this is our problem.
Yeah, I mean, because rice is a political commodity, people always want to politicize that commodity.
What our problem is, man.
Yeah. So anytime they want to push string, then they say, okay, we'll cover up for the rice, then we'll do things. But the government have already gone beyond that because of the expertise and the ingenuity of the president and his lieutenants. And then now we have the reduction in the gasoline prices. Now there's some stability at the pump. Not having people passing around and doing artificial inflation and doing all kind of things to stagnate the progress of people of the movement of people in and around the country. And there's no chaos at the pump. People used to stand on long line just for gas, and you can't find that anymore because that issue has been mitigated, and the Liberia Petroleum and Refining Company has bridged the gap. And also, we also saw the decline in the US dollar exchange rate. It has dropped significantly. But all of the challenges are not completed on that because we know that the US dollar rate drop. But what next now the stakeholders are fighting on now is to ensure that as the rate drops, the prices of basic commodities should drop to be in conformity with the rate, so that it can create a balanced playing field, so that people will not have that situation again. And then we also see the construction of overhead bridge. They already did a groundbreaking ceremony, and sooner or later, for the first time in Liberia history, we're going to have an overhead bridge that are going to drastically reduce the traffic hitting from the Congo town, coming all the way, skipping all the way over EW, going all the way in front. You're going to find that that will significantly improve our infrastructure and our infrastructure, and also create a safe way for people to commute from place to place. And we also see now for the first, after I don't know how many years, Liberia is now, the Liberia Refining and Petroleum Company now is now importing her own, so that it can create a balanced playing field. So if the private importers are importing, and the government also have something there, it will reduce the pressure that's being placed on the ordinary people who goes over there every day to get a little 1 gallon to go put a generator on if they need to, or to put it in their keke, or to put it in that, it reduce that tension going on. So there are a lot of good things that are going on. If I have the opportunity, I can keep going on and on.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm gonna just leave some, and the one last one I want to inject before I give it back to you, Amy. Today we have regular travel of the MTA buses to region that have never been traveled during this time and season in our country history. People were not able to travel to Plebo-Surican district in Maryland County. People were not able to go to Fairground in Grand Bassa County. People were not able to go to some places in Grand Jide, in River G, and all those areas going all the way in the southeastern. Most of those places were not pliable during the rainy season, and Liberians used to travel as far as Ivory Coast to come all the way around, and we saw what happened. But today, through the far-sightedness of the Public Works Ministry and with the blessing of the president, they were able to quickly intervene on that road, and they managed to reduce the situation of how people used to struggle. And 36,000 to go to NTA 5,000 people reach there. People taking 8 hours to go and come back. And I mean, it has improved massively, and our people will forever remain grateful to President Bouaka and Vice President Jeremiah Kong. I give back to you. And welcome my friend and brother Eric. And
before we go to Eric,
see the loss and fun.
Before we go to Eric, let's read Thomas's what's on his mind. He said, "What's on my mind is when our LDA finds bundles of drugs, let them open the parcel in front of the camera, that everyone will see exactly what is being ripped up. They arrested another car with drugs today, and they just opened the bags, but they didn't open up the parcel. So I think what is going on is they can't They open the bag for you to see the little pack parcels and stuff. But I don't know if you wanted to open that. What if it starts spilling all over the place? But I get we're telling you a message. I think they've seen it already, so we'll move on for that. So go ahead, Eric. Let's hear what's on your mind.
Thank you. I mean, let me say welcome to Mr. Famula and Mr. Konowai. I'd like to begin by correcting a falsehood that Amy, you were allowed to slap by. On yesterday, none of us on the show accused the LDEA of attempting to assassinate President Weah.
The LDEA?
I mean, the fire service, pardon me, the fire service.
Oh.
None of us accused them, including me. When I heard family ranting about people sat on the show, accused the fire service of attempting to assassinate President Weah and all kinds of things. I don't know where you got that information from.
Is it the fire service or the government?
No, he said the fire service.
Oh.
He right here, I'm quoting him. He said,
I'm following, Eric. I'm coming. Just go ahead.
So you don't come on this platform with falsehood. If you listen to the show, you should have listened well. I was the one who highlighted the incompetence of the fire service at the home of President Weah and the contradictory press release. And I maintained that position. I was very firm yesterday on it. So for you to come today with the mindset that perhaps Eric will not be on the show so I can just spew all lies and go unchecked, your assertion was totally wrong. I never, and none of us never accused the fire service of attempting to assassinate President Weah. We were discussing structural issues as it relates to the press statement that they issue. So if you don't want to speak to that and you want to evade it with falsehood, it's hard and unfortunate. I don't know if you are a journalist or you are just a podcast presenter or whatever it is. You owe it to your conscience and to the Liberian people to speak the fact. So don't come and arm twist or attempt to distort what was never said here on the platform.
Eric,
Amy
Eric,
was
am I
on the
on your
show.
mind or are you on? Oh, yeah. All right, go ahead.
Eric, going to what's on his mind? Go ahead.
It's on my mind. Why'd you say?
I want to cut that portion. I'm gonna cut that portion and send it to you, Amy. That's why I want to cut right now.
Oh,
Are we beginning to this show with interruption again? I listen to you saying your things, and I gave you the space. So just give me the space.
go ahead.
You are free to cut any portion you want to cut, but I challenge you that it was never said. Amy is a witness to the conversation. No one talked about assassination on the life of President Weah. No one blamed no fire service for attempting to assassinate President Weah. So it is imperative for you to get your facts well. I understand that
He didn't say the fire service wanted to assassinate. He said the fire service in danger.
No, I mean, he used the word assassinate. He
No,
read
I'm
the.
talking about what you used there. You said the endangered persons were life because they never secured the fire scene from maybe the structure damage or something like that.
I said when a fire occurred in a home, it is incumbent upon the fire service to evacuate the occupants of that home until an assessment can be done, because there will be probable crack on the wall that could collapse. So their negligence of not evacuating the occupants and quarantining that place endangered the lives of the occupants. That was my statement. That's what I said. And I maintain that. So it is not an equivalent to fire service attempted to assassinate President Weah. No, it is not. So I just hope that you get your facts correctly. I understand you are a regime surrogate. I do not interfere with you
But
supporting the regime.
Angelo, if you're speaking to the fight about somebody, what's the point of going too all the way into,
No, I'm only saying he's a regime supporter. The word surrogate means supporter. I'm only saying, and he
I
is.
mean, excuse me, I don't know what surrogate means, but I mean,
No,
I'm
that's the
saying,
meaning.
why do you have to?
No, that's the meaning. It's important
I
because
want to say you teaching me
no.
that. I want to say, excuse me, I don't know what it means, but
SURROGATE. Check the word.
I'm being sarcastic.
Don't mind what you just being sarcastic. You understand exactly what
You
you're saying.
trying to tell me what a word surrogate means? I want to say, excuse me, I didn't know. So,
Eric, I spelling bee teacher. So you know,
No, I understand. I mean, I like your question. The reason I tied that in because it is as the backdrop of that. And that was the reason he blatantly told a bull-faced lie. And I'm not disappointed in him, but I'm disappointed in you, Amy, for not correcting him when he made that statement because this is a live show. Somebody might just have popped in and listened to that and run with it.
Paid for this shit because everybody keep blaming me for everything. Y'all need to be
No, I'm blaming you because you did not correct him because you were on the show. You should have said no. When nobody accused fire service of attempting to assassinate President Weah, and you have placed it in perspective, but you didn't do so. Okay. And if somebody who listened to the show, in passing, that grabs what he said, they're gonna run with that. So that's the danger. Yeah, that's the danger about falsehood on said platform. And I think it's imperative that I clarify that.
From now on, I promise you, I will correct every falsehood on this platform. Starting with you and everybody else.
No problem. No problem. No problem. I appreciate that.
Welcome, Alfred. And welcome, Francis.
Well, good evening to my good people here. I wish you want to do some clarification so I can use my time.
Yeah, just give me 2 seconds. Yeah, just give me 2 seconds because I think my good friend and brother Eric came in a different because Eric was following the show. I did not mention his name. I did not mention his name, but Eric heard something and he came and he felt that it was he that said it on the show. So it is fine. They said who's stealing the meat or the food in the living room, and he said, I'm picking over food. Nobody call you. They wouldn't ask him. But here's the thing. The information that was given on the show yesterday, Eric went directly for the Liberia National Fire Service. He said their action was grossly incompetent. He called all the things. And I only said that because this is exactly what they released from your party, Eric. Your party CDC put out a press release, and it was very comprehensive. It was clear in there. He said, and all of the fanatics of your party were all on social media saying there is a plot, there is an attempt to assassinate President Weah. And you listen to your party chairman making emphasis that why the fire should start from the bedroom of the president. So that's why I was saying that you said the fire service did not do what is required of fire service to do because you were telling us it's all quarantine a place where nobody was even inside. You saying they should quarantine a place and put and relocate people who were in it. How would they relocate an empty house? Who were in the house? Even the president was not even in the house. So that's where I was trying to say you cleverly sat on the show yesterday to manipulate people and make it look that the fire service intentionally and willfully mean to assassinate the president. That was not your word. That was the assassination came from your party. That was the party terminology I was using. Your party said this is an attempt that's on the assassination of the president. I did not even mention you, but since the jacket fit you and you
he was on here yesterday defending.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, so he was the one on here yesterday defending the other side and casting doubt or the fire service something. So when you said that, I guess that's why he said you didn't put it right. But he did accuse the fire service of a few things, but not assassination. That's what he's trying to say. And I think when the parties wrote their statement, they did not say the fire, they said the government. Joseph Boga in the government. I think Joseph Boga instructed Gary Coleman again.
I think
That's what, but I think what was said on the show is what Eric is referring to. Not
Amy, can I have a few seconds?
No, Ramadan. 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 Let me clear
Yeah,
my
but you my
boy.
brother and I can bear for a few seconds of your time. You give it to family. You can give
Sam,
it
again, you
1
had to be
second.
fair.
No, I'm not telling you. One more time, you're telling you got 10 seconds left. So tell man.
No problem. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No problem.
Thank you. You know, I want to say good evening to everyone again. Thank you for taking up your time, your valuable time to come here to talk about Liberia, because all of us here, one way or the other, we have some kind of vested interest in the motherland. That's why we take up our time to always come and join the discourse, and talk about how we feel about how we want the country to move, and put on, guardrail that those that are leaders now in our country can follow to be able to put the country to where we want it, all of us. What's on my mind tonight has got to do with this purported fire that got at the president's house, that is being, people are gallivanting around here saying that the government has an intention to assassinate President Weah. The first thing that we need to go back in history, when the Speaker House got on fire, was it that the government wanted to assassinate the Speaker? When Senator Sir Joseph of Moswaro County, while in his house got on fire, was it an attempt by the government to assassinate him? These CDC fanatics that have failed themselves, I'm not talking about the country, but they have failed themselves, need to find somewhere to sit down. The issue of fire is something that we need to talk about collectively and holistically. We have seen over the last couple of years what fire has done to our people. I'm talking about people that lost their homes, their property, and everything in fire.
Mm-hmm.
We also know the constraint that the government has when it comes to the issue of fire. The issue of fire service is a national issue. It's a national security threat. The government is trying its best to be able to equip that institution so that it will be able to carry out its own mandate. We should be supporting the fire service rather than coming here and always trying to criticize the effort that those young men and women are trying to put together to make sure people are safe. No one wants to come here and say, oh yeah, fire service was intending to go and destroy the president, or in fact assassinate, as they are being saying in our press release. This is not good for our country. People need to stop with this kind of rhetoric. It's not good for our country.
Yesterday, you should have came yesterday. Thank you. I was on your mind. Welcome, Francis. What's on your mind, brother?
They want to take it from you, bro, Eric.
Good evening to everybody. Good evening and good morning to our folks in Liberia. The whole fire thing, the attention the Seditians, I'm not Seditian, I probably not Seditians, the Weahians are looking for, that's why they are getting now. I don't want to insult Seditians, because I believe that true Seditians are patriotic Liberians that just have differences of opinions. That's why they join CDC as opposed to having one party. But the Weahians, there is no saving those people. You see? So that's why they will not even sit down and just make sense out of anything. I believe that most Seditians condemn what the party put up. But the Weahians, unfortunately, have the loudest voice in the party, so they make the most noise. But nobody coming out to condemn what the party is saying openly. 1 second, oh, they wanted to kill the president. What kind of nonsense is that? Then the same people out of the same mouth saying why they need to go back for second investigation when the fire service already get a preliminary report stating that it's possible. I don't know why they keep saying they said definitively that was electric shock.
Yeah, it wasn't
possible electric shock. Mm-hmm. But it really around. So the same fire service that they claim to be incompetent, now they are using that preliminary report to say why the police and fire service need to go back. So what's your problem? What is that problem? They just want to continue to keep this country in disarray, and they're hoping they should be ashamed of themselves. Why are you hoping that the administration fail so that you can come back? But I don't blame the officials though. It's our brothers and sisters that support them are supposed to getting angry and saying, let's give the administration a chance to do that work, and we can still come back and tell the Liberian people that we can do better. But because they cannot do better, they know they will not do better. So all they are using is scare tactics and rhetoric to destabilize the country so that nothing good. You heard the other former minister or whatever, Chelsea or whatever that be on Spoon talk.
Oh my gosh.
When I want open your money, every time that guy after though, I can't even start to speak. I can just, because I want to watch the show to get information, I can just swallow the Kojolobo and just listen to them. Because it sounds like rebels that want to keep a Budo with Chancellor or coming. They want to talk about, oh, no investors should come to the country. Common example, they were talking today on Spoon Talk about how no investors should come, the country is not stable. They talk about how people were duped.
Somebody said that.
John, we had time people did not steal other people land and sell it 20 times. What did the Justice Department do? Wasn't he dancing Buga and making song Mr. Lion Man? What did he do to solve the problem of those people that were scammed during his 6-year term? And want to talk about, oh, the country is not stable, so no investors should come to the country. Like when people speak, I don't know, a true patriotic sedition, I believe that you guys get turned off. Look at the free education they give up. The interview they went for Soup. They said, what are you studying? He said, I do lawyer. Can you imagine going to that man representing you after he become a lawyer? Just say, I will do 20 years. Just you do lawyer, you do 20 years. Can you imagine? And the product of just free education. You think any Continental University or AME University student, they'll ask what you study, and they say, I do lawyer?
What's going on?
Everything we talk about free education. That's the problem. That's what we get. When you do not have a serious government with no plan, that's what we get. I do lawyer.
Thank you, Francis. Okay. So let's go. Hold on, guys. I'm playing back here. I don't know, but welcome to Ray. What is going on? Ooh, thank you, Jesus. Y'all know JJC. This thing I can be playing and keep playing back here, and I'm hearing it. Turek, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, and I'm not hearing anything.
Yeah, we don't hear anything in the back.
Maybe I'm being haunted by voices.
or maybe you're just hallucinating or something.
No, it was playing. But go ahead. Thank God you're not hearing it. No, just me.
Yeah, thank God we're not hearing whatever that was.
No, it was the national anthem.
Hey, I'm just making sure. Yeah, but hey, man, great to be on again. Yeah, guys. So this is what I'm gonna say, and where we left off yesterday. Look, in as much we all come here to give our position statement on issues, these are our personal perspective, have absolutely nothing to do with the platform that we sit on. And we all should be liable to our opinion and whatnot. And I think sometimes it gets very contentious where people get, in their feelings and stuff. It's okay. That's good. It's absolutely fine. But let's also not try to make fool of ourselves and the platform. Just try to get, at each other's throat. I don't think it's...
Yeah, the disrespect, we can have that.
Right. I don't think it don't represent us as a body. And it certainly don't represent us individually, because that's not who we are. But I know sometimes we get caught up into these heated exchanges and stuff like that, which is fine. It is absolutely okay to have these things. But what we say to each other should matter too, right? And I think we had a lot of that yesterday, and I don't want us to go through that. This platform is self-regulated in so many ways. We don't want to get to a point where we start moving people, bringing people on and all that stuff. I don't think that's good in itself. But yeah, with with the whole situation with former President John Mahama, we had fire incident and all that stuff. I've said this and I'll say it again. The fact that investigators were denied access the second go around, to come up with their funding. I mean, that in itself, casts doubt on the whole fire incident, where people are saying it was self-inflicted. And I personally, that was my position. That was my initial position about the whole situation, and I still stand by that. I really do. And guys, if we're gonna leave the platform and go in the chat room now, we got to be very, very careful what we say there. A lot of stuff I'll going through the comment section this morning, and there are a lot of vulgar and stuff that are being used there against members on the platform by George. George, you in the chat room, I mean, you in the comment section, but bro, it is absolutely unacceptable for you to be using incendiary remarks and vulgar on individuals that are sitting here. It is not okay. And if you're going to continue, and guess what? You're not going to have access to that comment section either, because we're not going to condone that. That is not a representation that I want to be shared on this platform. Back to you, Amy.
Thank you, Teray. Let's move on. I was trying to play this video, and that's when I started hearing voices. Robert said my village people are hearing. I guess so. But the drug thing today. Should we? What's that? What I'm trying to something? So this
Alfred,
is
so
good.
happy to see you today, man. It's been a while since I last seen my brother. see Francis Jabate. When he said in Metro Field one time.
Yeah, please be keeping each other busy and coming.
The last time Amy brought me to the public and I told her making to all. I remember I stand by that making to all.
Yeah, here comes that brother.
Okay, so guys, so today, what did I say? I'm trying to. Can we be engaging while I try to find this thing? I'm sorry, I had it here, but I don't know what happened right now. I think
Eric has a
Eric
has a paper that he always having some information on his speech. I don't know whether it's a newspaper, and Eric is also a co-founder of the Panoramic, I don't know how they call it, Panoramic group that pass around telling people that they're committing human rights violation in Liberia. So Eric, I found your paper. Most of your outlets will be very interesting because your own information that can be on the papers can be very, very interesting. Once you see it, you want to go in detail to know what exactly you're writing on it. But
is that true, Eric? Do you have a group called what?
He has a how do you call it? I can't remember the names yet, but Eric has a paper.
If Eric have a group and Eric want to talk about that group, then
yeah, he has a paper. He has a paper.
Then we can schedule Eric to come in.
Always get information.
But let's get into the topic, shall we?
I have a few things to respond to here, if I'm given the opportunity. Well, why Amy is trying to adjust. Amy, can I go ahead?
30 seconds. All right.
Amy, you need to go off and you need to leave the platform and go and see what's going on with it and come back.
No, I'm okay. I'm just
so let me say by informing Brother Alfred that the fire incident at President Weah house was not purported. Your choice of word is totally wrong. It was never purported. The Liberia National Fire Service confirmed that there was a fire incident that began in the bedroom of President Weah. So when you come and say purported, then what you are doing is that you are questioning the Liberia National Fire Service. You're saying what they say was not truth, or it's not truth. And I think it's unfortunate that you use that word purported. I heard Francis talking about the fire service possible cause and preliminary investigation. If you read the press statement, I'm not sure whether you have taken your time to read it, and if you did, apparently you didn't pay attention to few details. There was nothing in that release that said possible cause of fire. Neither did the report anywhere say preliminary findings. They said we observed that the cause of the fire was electrical fault. That's what they said. The very fire service who claimed that
Why
they
did
were
it say
denied,
that?
I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm not a spokesperson for the fire service.
It's not in the release too? You saying what they said? They also
But
have
what?
that in there.
No, that's what they said. They said power fluctuation,
Okay.
electrical shocks. That's what they said.
That's
I
what
can't
I
go
read.
beyond that. Yeah. So, the very people who claim that they were denied access to conduct an investigation into the cause of the fire, in the very release said that it was electrical shocks, which is very contradictory in itself. If you did not investigate the cause of the fire, how come you came up with the cause of the fire?
Observation.
It shows no, when you don't as an independent body, that we gave you not even independent, as a body that we gave you taxpayer money to do a piece of job, and if you claim you have not done that job, you don't come up with observation in your findings. You don't do that. It is an attempt to mislead the public, and that shows
So
a
let me
high
correct
level.
one misinformation like you have instructed me here to do. They never said in their findings. That's not what they said. They said when they went to put out a fire, and when you go put out fire the first day, that's not when you do investigation. The fire has to be something you come back and do it when they smoke, they charge, there's something, everything is cooled off. That's when they do that investigation. They don't do it while they pull out there's something, then they go there, they start doing investigation. No. They said when they got there, the flickering of the lights make them to believe that the lights that must have caused the fire. It wasn't a straight up conclusion and findings. No, it wasn't.
Amy,
You're trying to make it the same. So let's
no,
get that right.
no, Amy, I thought you were actually coming with correction, but I think you just
Yeah,
wanted to
that's what
take
I
my.
did.
I think you just want to take my time.
Your
What
time
the
is over,
fire?
by the
No,
way. So
what the fire service issue is the funding. It is the funding that the fire incident at President Weir House was as the result
I don't
of
want to go
electrical
back
fault.
over this because we
So
already
I
did
just
yesterday. But in the reading, they did not say their findings. That is your opinion. The reading did not say our findings. No,
But
that's
did
your
I
own word.
say, I never said that the reading said it is our finding. I'm saying to you that it
That's
is
your
their
opinion.
funding. That's what
So
I'm saying to you.
do you agree
It
with
is
me when I
their
said this was
funding.
a preliminary finding? You can say that because yesterday you told me that the word preliminary was not there.
But check it and prove me wrong.
Amy,
Check it and prove me wrong.
I want to take 10 seconds, please, to read something.
Yeah, but let me finish.
Yeah, let you read it. No,
He
but
said 30
you had 30
seconds.
seconds.
Eric.
You want to something? Let you
30
read
No,
it.
but I
2 minutes.
couldn't even express myself. You came in and
Let's
you
stop it.
took my time.
I think we need to be
Look,
timing you now,
guys,
so you
No,
can
yeah, I
guys.
agree. Timing. If you
Okay,
time me,
guys.
don't interfere with my time.
No,
Let's
you
do
talk
this.
everything before I
Then
even say
you
something.
come
No,
in,
I
you now
didn't
say
talk
30
everything.
seconds, Eric. Then you should not say 30 seconds when you come in. Because when
Did
you
I say 30 seconds?
No, I gave him
well,
30
you
seconds.
requested
I
for
never
30
said
seconds.
30 seconds.
You did say 30 seconds.
Today we have one host here. Can you allow her to run the show, please?
I'm a co-host. What are you talking about? I told you that yesterday. You should know that. I told you that I'm a co-host.
Okay,
Right?
if you're a co-host, then you respect what your lead host said.
Well,
She
there's
gave me
the
the time.
thing. If my Leo is busy and you requested for 30 seconds, if your 30 seconds
I
should
never
surpass
requested
3
for 30
minutes,
seconds. She
then the others
allotted
have to
30
come
seconds
in.
to me. There's
And
a
that's not how we're
difference.
going to run the show, Eric. That's not how we're going to run. That's not how we're going to run the show.
I
If they tell you your 30
30
seconds
seconds,
up,
but
your
Eric,
30
you talk
seconds
more
is
than
up.
30 seconds though.
But if I talk more than 30 seconds, you ask me out. You say my time is up. That's simple.
But
But
it's
if
never
I'm
the case with
explaining
you.
and you begin to ask me questions,
Every time they
I mean,
ask you,
then
your
you're
time is
intruding
up.
in my
You still
time.
have something to say. Come on, bro.
No.
We're not doing that. We had a lot of that yesterday. Please, we're not
Oh,
doing that.
Touré,
If your
man.
time
Touré,
is up, your
stop that.
time is up.
Touré,
If your
stop that,
time
man.
is
You
up,
just
your time
Okay,
is up.
let's get our own course. Let now
Yeah.
30 seconds. Everybody like start to.
Yeah,
That's
Amy,
why they
just
go
quickly.
ahead.
I just want to read something.
30
The same
seconds.
Major George S. David, commander of the second shift, observed that the current was fluctuating at the time of combating the fire. The team believed that the cause of the fire was as a result of electrical shock. So, my brother, yeah, I did say possible electrical shock. Or did this statement in any way, shape, or form, is it definitive?
No, it's not.
No.
So you see,
It's
you're
not
finishing
observed.
You asking,
no,
you
Eric,
asking
I
me?
listen to you. I listen to you. You're like,
No,
I
I'm
can't
saying,
go
are
memorize
you,
the dictionary and kind of talk to your Palestinian. That's some all yet. So you're trying to make this statement as a conclusion to the investigation. The people, there's no way they can even conclude that. So you want to talk about why they want to say electrical shock, then why investigation is going back for the next day. They were never done with that investigation. Maybe we're hiding a weed or a stack of money in that house, or whatever the guys said they said they wanted to kill him. Maybe that drugs and stuff they're hiding. They don't want to go and send him out of the house to investigate, so they prevent the investigator. But watch how they'll tell it again. Or the whole house open the most part of the Red Sea, come and check after they clear all their criminal things from inside. Now they'll say, okay, come check.
That whole thing is contaminated now. You can't find anything factual from there now.
Amy,
So
Amy, I hope you are taking note as to the diction being used by the panelists here, referring to the president as hardened, we, and criminal. When I begin to unpack Bouakai dementia and corrupt attitude, I don't want to be reminded that I'm being insultive to the president. I just hope you're taking note of the diction
Well,
that
there
Francis
is
is using. I just
there
hope you're taking note.
there's a
And I
difference
hope you can,
between
yeah, I hope you can educate him that this platform is not meant for that.
okay. So let's
Yeah,
let's
because, yeah.
weed is not an offensive word.
No, okay, it is not. Okay, good. So I will use it.
Well,
I will use it on Bouakai.
well,
but
we
weed is
know.
can we mute please? Weed is a drugs.
Yeah, I would. That's why I
It's
say I will use it
right?
on Bouakai when my time comes to talk. Thank
Yeah,
you.
please mute. Let's not talk over each other today,
The
please.
problem is they do not know how to express themselves. So the only way they can and talk about Bouakai
So
is
let's
to be
read
vulgar.
this for
Their
the.
business.
Can anybody see this reading? Africa, can you see it?
It's too small on my screen.
Let me see.
Amy, I'm here to debunk something. If you can give me the opportunity, that would be great.
You
Well, I
gotta
can
wait
see
for
it.
your
I can
turn
see it.
to.
That's not what the show is for.
Oops. Is
Okay.
it
Okay.
larger for your side?
Yeah, I can see it now.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay.
I can see it.
Can you read it, please?
Something that is
No, that's so
If
big.
you want me to read, I can read it.
This post is from Today Liberal TV.
Shout out to the
Courtesy of Liberal TV. And it reads, Liberia and Saudi Arabia signs landmark aviation cooperation agreement. Montreal, Canada, the Civil Aviation Authority of the Republic of Liberia, and the General Authority of Civil Aviation of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia have signed a memorandum of cooperation to enhance collaboration in the field of civil aviation. The agreement was signed in Montreal, Canada, on the sidelines of the 42nd International Civil Aviation Organization Assembly. The memorandum signed by Mr. Julius D. Dennis Jr., Director General of the Liberia Civil Aviation Authority, and he, Abdulaziz Ad Dalil.
Sorry, going back.
Man, good luck trying to pronounce your name.
Are you with me, gentlemen?
I'm coming. Let me put this thing up.
Well, let me put that one way. The one you carry down, carry up, carry back. Let me go back to that room. Yeah, carry back up. Okay, right there. So it said the memorandum of understanding was signed by the Director General of the Civil Aviation of Liberia, Mr. Julius D. Dennis, and he, Abdulaziz Ad Delach, President of the General Authority of Civil Aviation of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. aims to foster technical, administrative, and operational cooperation between the two nations. Key areas of focus under the new agreement include aviation safety and security, environmental sustainability, economic policy and air transport, logistics services, quality control and auditing, passenger experience, and administrative and organizational practices. During the signing ceremony, Abdulaziz Al-Delaj pledged Saudi Arabia's support for Liberia in the areas of training and infrastructure development through the RCAO's No Country Left Behind initiative. Additionally, Mr. Abdullah F. Amusin, Mr. Abdullah F. Amusain, that's a railway, a representative of the Saudi Fund for Development committed to helping the LCAA access funding to address significant safety concerns identified in the 2022 RCAO USOAP audit. You want me to end it?
I think that should be enough, right?
Okay, this agreement marks a significant step towards strengthening the ties between the two countries and advancing the civil aviation sector in Liberia.
So, thank you. You're a rock star. So, yeah. So, guys, this I put up this so we can talk about it because I want to know and I think Afra is more. Where is Mr. Davis? Because he's working aviation. He might have given us some, knowledge on here because I was arguing with someone today and they said this meant nothing. And, so I want us to talk about it. Like
another MOU.
Somebody like Josh. So, I wanted to bring, other minds in this thing to talk about these things with our country. What do these things mean? I know he said is another MOU according to George, what he just said. So I don't know.
Well,
so you start.
So Amy,
yeah, let me. Yeah.
No, George, you gotta stay on the show with us. You can just
Amy, when it comes to civil aviation and bilateral agreement and in the context of international relations, no memorandum of understanding is just for nothing. You listen to the reading; it talks about training. It's possible that the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia can provide our professionals the opportunity to go to Saudi Arabia to get some, practical training when it comes to civil aviation. They talk about logistics. They talk about safety, environmental safety. All these different sectors. Our country is not known to be that civil aviation giant in our other part of the world. So if you can have people that will say, okay, we can bring our people to learn and to advance in this area, and will provide a training without you paying any money for it, I think that's something that we should celebrate. It should not just be like, another memorandum of understanding. So for me, I think it's a good thing. And I think our people should take advantage of it, go and get the best of training that they can get and come back and do better for our country, especially when it comes to aviation safety. Over the last few years, we noticed what happened at our airport with plane almost getting crashed. $1 million plane almost getting crashed on our airport. So those different kind of training will help us to kind of elevate or move forward with some of the training, liabilities that we have when it comes to our airport. When it comes to training, most of us on the set have experienced some of the lack of experience when it comes to logistics, for example, on our airports. You go to the airport, your bag is missing. You don't even know how to get it. You're walking around. People don't even know the different system and structures on the airport when it comes to, just imagine luggage safety. People don't have training in those areas. So I think for me personally, I think it's a good thing for our country. The government should take advantage of it, and people who are in that sector should take advantage of it so that they can come back and do better for the country. Thank you.
Eric?
Thank you, Emmy. Since Mr. Barker became president, he has signed 506 MOUs. What has been the outcome of these MOUs?
How many?
0. 506. I have documented them. 506 MOUs Mr. Barker has signed since he became president. What has been the outcome? He signed MOU with a dipole country like Kosovo. 0 outcome. He went China. He said he signed $3 billion investment for Buchanan. 0 as we speak. He just went Japan, where people, including Ghana, were bringing hundreds of millions, making Ghana the hub of technology when it comes to agriculture. Waka came with empty MOUs. 0. Everywhere. 0. Waka is the only president in Liberia for the last 30 years that have been president for more than 2 years and has not returned with a cent, with all the millions of dollars we are spent on his useless trips. 0 dividend to the country. 0 dividend to the country. Empty MOUs. What in our MOU there that you want us to celebrate? Okay, let's say it's fine, but what happened to the rest of the 505? Because this one made it 506. 0. It is an embarrassment. I don't know his foreign policy advisor or whoever or technocrat that he has, whether they're just incompetent or they are just concerned about DSA. Look, right here, the UN that he came, Ghana came here. The foreign minister was able to arm twist the US, and today the US reversed. Yeah, I'm just using a strong word, but for a better word, convinced the US that they were able to reverse the visa policy that they placed on Ghana, that they were giving Ghana less than a year. Now they have extended it to 5 years for visiting visa. Today we are still on the red line of the US, reviewing as to whether they will be giving a visa. What are they doing here? He been here since the 8th. Today is the 26th of October. Nearly 20 days. What is he doing here? Dancing around? He goes to the UN to speak. His mic is even switched off. Is that something they can talk about? Saudi Arabia sign MOU? What kind of nonsense is this? Are we bringing to our country? You 506 MOU, nothing you get to show. Point to one thing. The Afro are talking about, MOU. Point to one of the MOUs, the countless MOU that Braga has signed that has impacted the life of our people. Our people are living in pervasive poverty, hopelessness, drugs, people dropping dead on the street as a result of spike and tension, spiking and dying, all the kind of stuff. You have not addressed those concerns. The hardship has claimed in the bedroom of our people. If I was speaking to a few medical doctors back home, they told me the number 1 killing disease in the country now is starvation as a result of chronic hunger. Are you not ashamed of these things? And you come here, you want to lecture about MOU? Is that the kind of rescue that you promised the Liberian people? Look on the faces of your people, hopelessness. Your family back home, they call every day complaining about the hardship. They will come on the radio because we can get 2-week paycheck. Then we say Liberia better.
Thank you, Eric.
This is disgraceful.
Pamela?
Well, I hope that we all will just respect the sanity of the show and give other people the chance when they're about to talk without interjection. So just how my brother enjoyed his privilege without anybody calling him out, I hope we will have the same time too to enjoy it. Look, this is becoming a real embarrassment. I don't know, this is comedy or what. This is content creation. That's how I already reduce it to. You guys have just joined the Facebook monetization policy, so you guys get confused. You just say anything anyhow. Look, when you sit on a show and call the president Boakai signing 500 and I don't know how many 506 MOU. I don't know where you get that other figure from. Who raising no figure? This is just like a recitation. It seems like a national creed. You guys just go and recitate and get come on and think you can get distributed on the show. It's not going to work because we know that the government of Liberia, not by mere talk, has made significant strides when it comes to improvement of the Liberian livelihood. Look, the World Bank just released a report. You can go there and read it. Poverty came from 40% under your administration. It has been reduced to 26%. That's World Bank report. We giving you facts. We did not read that. The report are out there. If you who redistributed poverty and diseases to our people, this same regime was a regime who brought our girls on their party ground to twerk and dance. This was the same regime.
Background. Can we mute?
That's George.
I think it's George. Something we can hear.
The last time Kev Hassan was watching porn on screen.
I know.
So Josh is on the other side watching another thing. That's all you guys do. Spend all your time watching pornography.
You got both your cats out curse on George.
Yeah, that's all they do. They have all that screen in masturbation and erection. That's all they do.
Please move on.
So, I mean, this is becoming so serious that the guys didn't sit on the show. We're talking about aviation. He's talking about President Barker signing MOU. You know how many? Eric, you got to come back here. President Barker signed MOU. You know what the MOU has done for Liberia? It is the same MOU that today we were able to secure the non-permanent seat of the United Nations on the United Nations Security Council. Now the MOU there, the Liberia flag is now being hosted among community of nations. People respecting us around the world. You know how many people want to meet the president now to have? You saw what happened recently in Japan when the President Barker went there. You saw what happened. You sit all the time and say people sign MOU. What did you do during your time? That investor came to the country and were forced to pay bribe. And they came out crying. But I'm not even surprised when Jefferson Chesson sit on Spoon every day and said no investor, and Akara Braden said no investor to come to the country. Jefferson Chesson is not a smart guy. Pepsi Yeke ate him 40,000. He cried with it. The man who paid 40,000 without knowing why he paid 40,000 for and went to court and he lose that one. That the type of people will take serious. Look, the MOU is not something that is bad. MOU is a memorandum of understanding. That MOU that was signed has opened a lot of doors for Liberia, and evidence of that. One of the evidence of that door was that Liberia was able to lobby with other members to elect themselves on the non-permanent seat of the Security Council. And President Barker recently spoke at the UN General Assembly. He told them exactly that it is not only about being on a non-permanent seat. He was advocating on behalf of the continent to have a seat, not a non-permanent seat, but have a seat, a permanent seat on the Security Council, because Africa is one of the biggest contributors. In fact, among the funding since 1945, African country contributed. In fact, Liberia was among the funding nation for the UN. So this is not just about coming and be calling the president in any manner and form or saying giving all kinds of statistics without any giving outlandish statistics without any backing. If you say Liberia is not doing anywhere, poverty is all over the place and people are suffering, just look at the World Bank report recently. The recent report for World Bank, go check on the Google it and you see that Liberia and this government has strived since 2023 to 2024. They have elevated the standard and living of the Liberian people different from the previous administration.
Thank
the
you.
reports are out there. Thank you, Amy.
George?
Thank you, Amy. And about this MOU, another MOU added to the basket in the executive mansion. Look, it is just sad that our government is not making any stride internationally like other governments are doing when it comes to getting support for our development. So this MOU, I just have it on my screen. I've been reading through it, and it's non-committal. But again, this government has to find something to hang on to just to survive, because it is not making any stride, to bring
Get out of here.
actual investment to the country. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking to me. The thing is that, and what I want to also delve into is that Ture came up here and started, pointed me out and started saying that in the comment I use profanity. When I say somebody be here in the comment section, say you get power, go tell me from there. Go tell me from there. You want to use that power because I say somebody get be here on the show. Go tell me from there. I ain't using any kind of vocal language that will be demeaning to anybody. I say somebody be here, then you vex because you want to show power, because you say, and whether you add me on this platform or something, so you want to come on and point me out, say George using profanity. I so people can be that maybe I'm using some vocal languages because I'm a family person. I will not use any vocal language in there that is going to be a perfect key. Then you come here, you want to make news on me, can't talk about George making. Go tell me from there if you want. I don't care. The second thing I want to talk about is that our government is in trouble. President Baka, even before you were inaugurated, they went and had a meeting at Calando's hotel. They now owe Calando $88,000 United States just because they wanted the speakership in the legislature. And that money now, our taxpayer money is going to be used to pay for it. And they go ahead, going around signing all about useless paper calling the MOU. Somebody just say memorandum of understanding, then they say cooperation. Listen to a cooperation. You bring something, I bring something. What I bring to offer the people? For them, maybe you could tell say we sign agreement with the people so that our people can go there to get trained. But when you say cooperation, it doesn't make any sense. But again, people will be on here, will try to make whole lot of noise about it because they want their government apologies. They are praise singers. That's all they do because they get, like my brother said, because people sitting now every 2 weeks they can get paid. So they say, okay, in Liberia, content about poverty reduction in Liberia from 40%. They put their cry in content about, they say, that statement I saw it on Facebook. You know what the post said there? They said we won't go back to the 40%. That the poverty was in the 40% because the other one you're going to say that 29% is worse than the 40%. That's what the people are saying. You sit down in America, you wear dark glasses, you put how they call it,
once you put it
on your lip, you count the show, then you want to talk about poverty reduction. You find something to talk about, man. Thank you.
Ture.
Yeah, look, so let's try to bring some logic on this platform. At the end of the day, man, let's try to be real here. Like I said, I have no fish to fry, whether CDC or United Party. I can give a damn about either of them, but I'm here to just state facts. There is absolutely no way how that my brother Eric, maybe you just exaggerated, but under no circumstances, and I challenge you to tell me this president have signed 506 MOU, bro. All right, maybe that was just a you know what I mean, like just trying to exacerbate figure, but that is okay because I'll just take that for a joke. But look, you cannot in any way hold this president responsible for not achieving in the shortest of time what a destruction that your government, the party that you supported, staged or besieged on the people of Liberia. You're talking about America denying that. What did we do with our diplomatic passports? We're giving it to gangs. We're giving it to drugs peddlers. Have you heard of the guy called Bashir Kante in Washington, D.C.? That dude had a diplomatic passport. And what did he do in the United States here? How did he have access to a diplomatic passport given to him by the government that you supported? So you cannot in any way, or you can be oblivious to a reality that you impose on the Liberian people, then hold somebody responsible who's trying to fix what you did. That is absolutely absurd. It is absurd. And I don't know, we need to hear this, but I can almost guarantee you it is easier to spoil things than it is to fix it. And for 6 years, all we got from the CDC-led government was to absolutely, erode everything Madame Sirleaf. And I have my own reservation on Madame Sirleaf, but the little she did, as far as staging LaBeouf on the stage of the international community, Georgia came and absolutely obliterate everything. Then the old man is trying to redirect LeBron and back. It's going to take time because you know what? When somebody lose confidence in you, do you know how long it takes for you to build that trust back? It takes time. And you don't expect somebody to fix that in 2 years, Eric. You should know that. I know you know that. All right? So look, I know this whole trip and stuff like that, I've had my reservation. I think absolutely we have had my point on that. It's useless traveling all over the place, right? Traveling with the number of delegation that the government travel with, it don't make sense. Some of the money should be directed to healthcare and education, right? But you cannot in any way hold this administration for trying to do the bare minimum in trying to at least give LaBeouf a facelift on the face of the international community. All right? And you have to do that by redirecting your focus, by meeting some of these government officials. I will say this, you can't leave LaBeouf. LaBeouf needs help more than any other country. I truly believe that our country is so dependent on foreign aid that we cannot keep fly. You know what I mean? That is a sad reality that we have. And you cannot be, if you're going to beg, you can't be in your country and beg. I wouldn't say the number of people that can go beg is just too much for me. Yeah.
Thank you.
Maybe cut it down to 5 or 6 individuals. That would be good. And then taking 200 people along to go beg for something that I don't even know you will get. Thank you.
What phrase this?
Yeah, you know, I mean, if I would start with the MOU thing, whatever happens out there, it happens out there. I will hope that some of these things, even if they don't materialize now, but in the future. But you know, our brothers from the other side, you know, for that, I can't say Saki anymore because they took down that tree. The Sakimo tree. I know George side there. But also, all serious note, right? They are quick to criticize Liberia while praising countries like Ghana, Kenya, or other countries that work hard, that are leaders. Before the current leaders actually lay the foundation for Ghana to be where it is. All of us on this platform right now, we are outside of Liberia. We all know what credit is. The more money you have in your account, the more money they want to give you. The more money creditors want to give you. I'll give you an example. Back then, my credit was terrible. You know why they're calling you for anything. But as soon as you fix your credit, everybody, all the banks calling you to give you their money. Everybody wants to say your credit card, this limit, that limit. Even the credit cards that you have, when you stop using them, they call you and then ask you 1 or 2 questions or necessary question. The next day you check, your limit increased by a couple thousand on your credit card. You're going to see that you are financially stable. So for citizens that did not lay the foundation for this administration to build over, to come and say, oh, Ghana was able to convince the other person, or the other country went to this place, they were able to get investment from there. And they can use the word investment, but actually they don't even know what the word investment means. And saying they don't know, let me explain about what's out there. When somebody's investing, they're looking to get return profit. When they give you $100, they want $150 or $160. That's why they call investment. Places like Ghana is light years ahead of Liberia because our leaders are actually serious people. Unlike George Weah, who went to the Southeast campaign time to tell the people that the reason why the pregnant women were getting stuck in ambulances and dying during the rainy season on muddy roads, the reason he didn't fix the road because of the 6 months of rainy season. That's why he told the people, let our people now know that only got 2 seasons in Liberia, rainy season and dry season. He was there for 6 years. Why he didn't use any 1 or 2 of those 6 months of rainy season to fix the road? So he did not leave any good foundation for the government to work on. I'm not going to excuse this government. You are there now, so you have to fix the problem. But when you are going to talk, like the fire situation to the house, all their surrogates want to go on the platform. We don't trust the Liberian Fire Service. They're incompetent. But I ask, do these people really think when they speak? You forgot that yesterday you were there for 6 years. Did you equip this so-called fire service that you do not trust today? Did you buy them uniform? Did you give them trucks? Did you give them the necessary training that you claim that they don't have today? Did you do any of that? No. But the people are so gullible. I apologize to Seditians again. I'm not, you true Seditians understand that's the reason why they said our past story, we made a mistake and voted for President Barker. But the reactions, forget it, there's no coming back for them. They dig their head in the sand. So for them to sit there and want to criticize President Barker, you guys should not speak. And Alexander Kwame is speaking. Tewan Gonglo is speaking. They are actually talking about things that they want to do. But Seditian has absolutely nothing to talk about. They believe that chaos and lies will actually bring it back to permanence. But the lies you told the people, that Bali Island, Coastal Highway, all that stuff that I told them, we will keep reminding the people. All the people that family and Leke, they have already seen what you guys are capable of. So no number of lies. Even if President Barker does not succeed, if he mess up like where George Weah did, we will campaign for somebody else. Our people will not be running behind CDC and Unity Party if they continue to screw them over. So if you think they're coming back on lies and fear, you got a lot coming to you.
Thank you, Francis. So let me add my little 2 cents, right? Before I move on. The MOU saying a lot of people not talk about it. I just wanted to let these people know that when you go for these meetings, you don't come with money in the grips, walking around with a plane, pack in the back of the plane or whatever, and bring it with you. And they keep talking about what Ghana got the last time. When was that meeting and something? We compare the notes, what Ghana brought back and the one Liberia brought back. Most of the things that were on Ghana list were already there. It was just something that was being advanced. We talked about it here. I'm sorry, Eric wasn't on the platform at the time. We compared it because there was a lot of CDC talking point again, running around. Get over it. Something again, saying there's 1 year Ghana got it, Ghana get it, and we compare the notes, what Liberia got and what Ghana got. And if you look at that notes, Liberia was in a good standing. Ghana is an advanced country. Thank God to the past president, according to what Francis has already said. You president Ghana today, you said Ghana twisted the U.S. arm and got what? You know, y'all let the nitpick achievement, right? The one that float your boat, y'all pick it and run with it. Do you know that y'all? I didn't hear anybody talking about the deal that Ghana signed with the U.S. to be taking prisoners from here and carrying it to Ghana. Did anybody talk about that? Oh, you did arm twisting? Trump would get Ghana whatever they want right now. Why? Because they have that deal. Prisoner from here, the one that he calling murderer and rapist, whatever, according to him, Trump. What are deporting? Ghana receiving some right now. Y'all didn't talk about all that achievement when it came out, when they signed out something. But y'all talking about what Ghana getting from the U.S. That you can't nitpick. You have to get the whole story. You get if JMB would have turned drunk right now to sign out something. We already got Zogo there. We gave him feed there. Then he signed it there. Then he bring it there. That will be the next narrative, right? But you commend Ghana for doing what it did and to get what is something. And you want to tie a JMB, the government, that what's the name talking about the government or Kalando this done before they were something for speakership and all of that. Maybe he didn't listen to what Kalando said. All the government, all the people they were initiated between what he need, Kun and Kalando. It was Kun that owing Kalando, none of the government. So I don't know where you come from saying that one there. And every time you have to see something wrong in everything that comes up, and you say you care for the people. How can you care for the people? You talk about we just gave you the statistic of what they World Bank when World Bank brings something. Oh, World Bank said, but when it's not in your favor, you don't want to listen to World Bank. Show us how the audacity to say that the people are saying they want to go back to the 40%. Show all the people that are saying that. Show all those people who are saying that will want to go back to 40%. We have people on the street, their propaganda that you can be trying to run here when the government's trying to develop, clean up the mess in your little dirty streets thing that I went and saw. What made me to say no? This guy gotta go. Cleaning those places and up, breaking down those mischief structures. Y'all come in and say, oh, they're taking sleeping place, they're taking starting place from the people. The people are excited about those things. Yes, you'll have one or two people here and there will be hurt. Yes, it happens. But a lot of people, from what I've seen so far, and I played that video here yesterday, people are excited of what this government is doing. They say it's not bread and butter yet. Everything is not something, but we've seen the development. And that, you want President Bouaga to sit down in Liberia to fix your 6 years mess when nothing there to something. No, he has to go and beg to do it. And he has to take those people who need to be everything in here dancing. We ain't seeing them because something we're not seeing it. We're not seeing it diamond tip up. We're not seeing or zombie dancing something else. So what is dancing President Bouaga doing? We're not seeing it. You need to show us. Okay, y'all come here. Y'all always have to have. You want to compare? Please don't compare, because first of all, you're talking about drugs, people, and I told you don't be talking about that drugs issue, because we are in the mess we're in right now because of what the past administration did with drugs issue. This America that has all the equipment, all the money to fight drugs, they cannot even fight it. Then you're talking about country like Liberia. What bunch of corrupt officials saying that? And then the drug DEA boss calling for the strong substance and to settle himself for 6 years, and he was never removed. That got the place looking at the way it is now. Then you want somebody to come in less than 2 years to correct all the mess? Are you serious right now? Or you just playing with yourself and playing with the other people's brain? I don't think like that. Francis said, one of the reaction and bad stuff like that. No serious sedition or other people in Liberia would buy anything like. So y'all continue to come with this narrative, and you talk about propaganda. Y'all don't do propaganda. This is what I said, and Ture said it. Sedition, y'all are very bad at it. Not that y'all don't do it, but every time y'all do it, people can see all the holes in it, all the flaws in it. That's why we say y'all are bad at it. And y'all gave it to the United Party people. Y'all say they are good at it. Y'all leave it with them if they are good at it, because y'all just don't, y'all only don't add up at all when you're saying it. Thank you.
Yeah, let me just make a few comments with regards to
everybody. So
yeah, with this MOU.
I'm looking at the time. Right?
Yes, what my brother Eric failed to acknowledge when it comes to the issue of MOUs and bilateral agreement via countries by country is the fact that the impact of those different agreements is not just for people to see outrightly. It's for capacity building, technical assistance, good governance, and the whole 9 yards that the American people can see. So for my brother to come and sit here that when people go sign MOU, you have to bring the whole world. No, it's about that knowledge transfer. For example, recently we saw Ibrahim Traoré going to Russia. Why did he ask the Russian government? He said he wanted knowledge transfer, especially in the area of technology. He wants the Russians to go to Burkina Faso to get into the universities and strengthen capacity, build institutions. That's what bilateral agreements are for between countries and countries. Now, not only that, it also helps to build the country's credibility.
Thank you.
That's what it does. It's not for president to go sign agreement today and tomorrow you see skyscraper. No, that's not how it works. So it's just so unfortunate that my brother tried to spin this whole thing because he's I don't know whether he's a sedition or reaction. I'm sure he will fall in one of those categories. But the fact here is the issue of bilateral agreement is about country trusting other country. to be able to work together. That's why you see now MOU, they talk about cooperation to work together.
Thank
To
you.
work together. So for you to come here and start spinning it as if to say, you know, hell now, come to Liberia, only because Joseph Bourget signed 506 MOU that you are not rightly seeing the impact happening now, because you just came from power and you are so angry because you are out of power and you want to come out, so you create your narrative.
Oh man, you're not saying it's not
Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, for the fact, let me just tell you, it's not an agreement. It's not, no, right now, I'm not saying it's different from an agreement. So I don't know where you got your knowledge from that tell you that agreement is the same as MOU. They're not the same. They're not the same. So maybe you need to go back and find out exactly what the difference are when it comes to MOU and agreement. Is that different? So let me just come up quickly. The problem we have here is that people yesterday who said when the president travel, you should bring money in the grave. Today they say when the president travel, they bring a car after 10 years. That's what it is now. You guys are changing the goalposts. Yesterday, when President Weah went to France, he brought $10 million back in the country, into the country, and you can see visibly what that money did. It is right in Liberia, and I'm not just saying it. People are there who can attest to it. President Bouaka has been in power for almost 2 years now. He has traveled out of the country more than 15 times, and he has signed all the MOUs. Guess what? We have not felt anything. So how many years it will take for the MOU to materialize? Please tell us, because we want to know. We want to know, because it is disgusting for people to come on here and want to tell us what we already know about, come to explain to us what MOU can do, what bilateral agreement can do. We know it. Maybe you need to go in the comment section and tell the audience there, but we know it, so you don't come and lecture us what it is. What we are telling you is that his travels have been useless. He has done nothing. He has brought nothing back into the country. And guess what? We want to see the students that he's sending to Saudi Arabia to go and study or to go and do this. We want to see the people going. We want to see it in the news, then we know. But when you can't sign all the MOU, look, there's a whole room at the executive manager now where only the MOU are. They are shelving them. The whole room is full now. So maybe you need to go find another, you want to be a continual share somewhere to put another place there to be putting MOU in it. Because enough MOU, we want to see action. That's why we put it in the presidency. He's not the only president for you. He's a president for me as well as everyone else who is a Liberian, who calls himself Liberian. So you don't come here and come be bagging him as if we don't have a standard. They said Weah was bad, so they took him from there. Now he's there. We want him to do what he said he could do. All the lies he told. That no child was going to be in school. Every child was going to be in school. The children are still selling between cars. Let him go and fix it.
What? Thank you.
We don't know.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
We need to say you're welcome. Don't work on me. Ray. We agree that there's something that said the children was out of the street. Go ahead, Ray. Welcome, Raymond.
Thank you.
Ray,
you are muted.
A lot to unpack. Even 30 minutes will not be sufficient to really unpack that.
Let's try.
So look, let me say this and let me be absolutely clear with this. We cannot be used as educated, individual on this platform, but all we do, we just pivot on a track of propaganda, this is absolutely mind-boggling, everything George is saying here right now, right? You're talking about a party that was absolutely in turmoil, right? The chairperson for the party went on air, not on air, right? Was secretly recorded, saying everything that was being done within the actual law of the party structure.
Absolutely.
Every time your president, former president, would travel on his international trips, everything he got, he claims that these things were gotten based on his likeness and his personal whatever he felt that was. But it was not gotten on behalf of the country. That did not come from anybody. It came from somebody that was absolutely close to the president. That is the party chairperson. And Eric, in life, there's something called leverage, right? America needs Ghana because America is trying to build, a military whatever in Ghana, right? Some Ghanaians even protesting on that. America found Ghana to be a strategic area that they want to build that military empire on the continent. So of course, America will capitulate to all of Ghana's demand.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying, right? So that's the leverage Ghana got over, at least at this time, because Ghana have shown years after years that they are capable of staging election, irrespective of who wins, but nobody will get in the street. They have shown that consistency, and consistency need what? Investor will go there. Any country that shows that level of democratic tenants, investment will follow because money not let noise. And Ghana have shown consistently, irrespective of their politics or whatever it is, whosoever is named victorious, they will accept the result and count their blessing on the next election. Thank you very much.
We're going to remain.
Yeah,
to say on these matters, we'll move on. You want 30 seconds too?
No, I didn't take my 30 seconds.
Okay.
I hope you not forget about me taking my 30 seconds.
Let me
That's
just.
the way
I wasn't giving it to people who raising their hands.
No. You say 30 seconds across the board. So
Hey, nobody raised their hands. Okay, let's go.
But anyway, you see, the citizens see the writing on the wall. That they will keep focusing on, what's coming from outside the country, but what's happening in the country. I'm not all the way satisfied yet, but stop comparing, stop condensing, compressing your 6 years of failure to this administration less than 2 years or less than 21 months. People are now recording themselves live on the road to Maryland. I've been told by people, by uncles, aunts, that before I was born, before the war, people couldn't drive from Monrovia to Maryland.
Can you imagine that?
Today we have people doing that. And you guys are so afraid that we know in Alabama when they say that they were you, but we hope that our brothers and sisters in the Southeast will see the difference. They will see that you don't have to travel through another sovereign nation like Ivory Coast during the rain season just to enter back into your country. They'll see that rain season, dry season, the gas price and food prices don't have to triple in the Southeast just because the road conditions are bad. People are not driving to Maryland. So they are so terrified that the people in the Southeast will not see what a better leader is. And they will not look that way, or that vote in the Southeast will probably be reduced by 40 or 50%. And then they know that that way to the presidency is cut off, like the roads to the Southeast during that time. My papere that make that farms, they will see, but how can John we had that for Grand Crew? During the time we couldn't do all this stuff, but from local county, look how we can drive from Maryland, Harper Street to Monrovia during July rain season. They are afraid, and God will bless the people in the Southeast. The yellow machine will come where every county will have their own. You're not telling nothing. You're not telling that 6 months of rain make you need fix the road for them. When you have 6 months of dry season to fix the road, you did nothing. Okay, so that's why you're terrified now. Your only strategy is chaos. Let's just cause chaos in the country. Let's just say the sky is falling. People are suffering. Some of you don't even have any investment going in the country or business to know what's happening in the changes in goods and services in the country. But if you sit down and that man noise, things are hard, the people are struggling. Of course, when you dig yourself in a deeper hole to come out, you gotta first fill that hole or use a long rope to haul yourself out. It's difficult for this government. We will keep putting our foot on their neck until they'll do what is best for our people, unlike the last administration.
Thank you. Eric?
Thank you, Amy. Famula, let me recommend to you that you should take your World Bank report to West Point, take it to Sony Wayne, take it to Doe Community. Tell the people there that Boaca government, according to the World Bank report, has reduced poverty from 40% to 20 whatever percent that you call here on the show, and watch the reaction. You've been in power for nearly 2 years. The private sector has collapsed. You created zero job in the private sector. How did you reduce poverty without job creation? Even the
I'm sorry,
civil,
Eric, but what was the private sector doing your time that's supposed to collapse now? Did it exist? I'm so sorry. Forgive me.
I'm not surprised about you intruding. You have been in power for this number of months. You have created zero job for your people. The civil service that had people you win, you have dismissed illegally more than 6,000 of them, further exacerbating the poverty in your country. You're dismissing people because they are expressing dissent opinion evidenced by the U.S. State Department report. And you come here and say you have reduced poverty. Take your World Bank report to those people and talk about you have reduced poverty. You also said that it was the MOU Bouaka signed that made abroad gain non-permanent seat at the UN. Why will you come here with a bull-faced lie? At the UN, that MOU can give you non-permanent seat at the Security Council. It is your neighboring country or your countries on your continent that can vote you. You are elected there, they're not MOU. So don't come here and misinform people. In addition to that, the entire Liberia seat, the conversation, and all of the heavy lifting were done by the George Weah-led government. You came and you ride on the grace. You should be thankful for that. That
Thank
was the
you.
reason. Hey, so I can't even have 1 minute. You say thank you?
How do you calculate 1 minute?
We're talking about 10
Because
seconds.
maybe
then you
well,
go on.
land. I still take
Yeah.
it land. But you said more. You
Okay.
have more than
All
it's
right.
only
Yeah.
because
Let me land. Thank you. Let me land.
They say you can't have more
Francis,
than 1 minute.
Francis, you here talking about Joe, we are not be the rule in the Southeast. Bouaka and Ellen, you were there for 12 years. Did you pave the road? Did you pave the road to the Southeast? Did you?
Was Bouaka president?
It's rhetorical. I didn't ask you to interrupt me.
Okay, you
It's
finish up.
rhetorical. Yeah. So you cannot come here and be dancing around the place when Joe Bouaka and Ellen Johnson were at the presidency for 12 years. You did nothing for the people of Southeast. You want to come here and talk? Earlier on, you said because Joe we have made UF free, that's the reason people are speaking broken English at the UF. You president now, your government in power now. I challenge you, reverse the free education there to strengthen the capacity. Do it, let me see. I dare you to do it. Go tell the people in USA, you'll be paying money to go to school.
Thank you.
You think this is not campaigning time, this is governance. You think you'll be coming here and be talking campaign mood here? Our governance here, your people in serious hardship. You have not addressed it. You can't tell me. You can't.
Go ahead, Famila.
All right. Well, I was trying not to respond to Eric, but because he mentioned my name, so it's sometimes shameful, it's sorrowful, and disgraceful that Eric will even name our slum communities to take report. What's the rationale behind you even asking people to take reports to those communities who have been economically dispossessed, even on your administration? People that you kept in serious economic destitution and paralysis.
Nima.
These were the same people that you kept in those state, and you name it and say, "Oh, but we already know." These are the fanatics and the apologists of the CDC. Why would we want to even take report to a CDC stronghold? You already know that, and I'm not even discussing that. Look, the reports are out there. You went there, you saw the report. But because those people over there kept themselves in those states, so there is nothing that you can do. Those people have what we call stereotype mentality. Their minds are fixed. So there are certain people, you see, it is only out of stupidity that a toe in a well that will see the low opening on top of the well, thinking that that's the entire sky. That's how you guys picture Liberia. That you get one small portion, you go capture and you say, oh, that the whole country. Look, when there are things that the World Bank look at to come up with their findings. But yeah, let me leave you with all of that because I don't want to dignify what you said. The memorandum of understanding signed by Liberian government is aim to drive economic growth, improve health, improve public services, and also strengthen international cooperation. These are the three things that the MOU tend to do for Liberia. And more besides, there are a lot of things that is done under this MOU. I need you to go back and do your research. Look, this government has done more in a short period of time than what your government did. The guys are already telling you, I don't want to go on George Weah. George Weah did nothing. Josh shamefully came on the show here, very impulsive, and he sat on the show and he said, oh, George Weah came physically with 10 million. You ever see George Weah come out with 10 million? Where? Giving 25 million to money teachers to go do mock-up exercise. I don't know where you guys come from with your analysis.
Or taking 12 million Liberia out of poverty.
27 million. He did
not. They don't want to walk Barry report, right? But he was talking about the U.S. report and finding and stuff. So
guys. Yeah, please.
Sorry, Remo, go ahead.
Well, I've been listening to the show and thanks, guys. The discussions are very good tonight. But let me just chip in my first 1 cent. It's sad that the CDC will come up with all these falsehoods and just say things. George said an MOU is not an agreement. That's untrue, George. An MOU is an agreement, but it's not a binding agreement.
Oh.
An MOU, different from a contract, is an MOU is a step towards a contract. Those two serious partners engaged without having an outline of what the responsibilities, what the goals, what the intended outcome is, and what are the resources. The MOU outline all of that so that you can engage in formalizing a contract, the binding agreement. So serious-minded people don't engage in the absence of having an understanding. And the MOU formalize that understanding. So if anybody says this president have achieved 500 plus MOU at this time, it's commendable.
I was just about to thank you, Remy.
It takes serious-minded people to sit on a table, discuss, outline things, put it on the dotted line, and sign it to engage. The next step from an MOU is a contract. And a contract is business because a contract is binding. So let's write that. And all the other things we want to talk about bad-mouthing this government. For me, if anybody wants to rate this government, Raymond Zeze, worked in the CDC-led government for 2 years. I was director in the CDC-led government. If anybody said the World Bank report is not credible, that person is living in utopia. If anybody want to say why the indicators suggesting that the World Bank report indicate that poverty has been improved in our country, one, Civil servant salary being paid on time. That one of the indicators, money is in circulation. Under the George Weah-led government, we will go 3 months without pay. We will not get our allotment for field. Vehicles could not go in the field to do work. Government owe all her partners. It could not pay them. Currently, the story has changed. Government pay her partner for domestic debt. During that time, the cost of rice and the scarcity on the market is not the same. Who eats rice? Everybody. The commoners in West Point eat rice. The cost of rice for the commoners in West Point has dropped from $17 to $14. Let's take even $15. They've saved a couple of dollars. Everybody in Liberia used petroleum. Those days, there was a long queue at all of the pumps. There was scarcity of petroleum on the market. All that helped to improve the economy. When a pimping boy can take his passengers on time, a market woman can leave from Batala and come to Monrovia with her fruits and sell it and go back. That improves the economy. So these are the indicators. If anybody cannot see these things and come here with falsehood and misunderstanding, that person has a serious problem with understanding and grabbing fights. These are for the common people, the cost of rice, petroleum product, improve roads that the commoners benefit, everybody. It doesn't target the upper class. So, of course, the people from West Point, if they are honest, they will also tell you that it's different. And there are people in West Point that work for government. If those people get paid and their relatives benefit from those pay, every time by the 15th, that's improvement compared to the time we work for government. 3 months we will not get paid. Civil servants will go to all the money changers and take loan and pay more than their salary can afford. So by the time salary comes, civil servants have lost 25% of their salary because they had to take loan.
Thank you. So, George, you're not going to talk about Amy will not stop in Bremen. That's Bremen first time speaking on the topic. So, it's not a 30-second something that he had. Just so you know this. That propaganda everywhere in everything you want to play.
But why the both of them ran away?
I don't know.
No, Eric say, yo.
Eric say, Eric take a little lunch break. You know, he lost.
But turning off the camera like that, guys, it can look funny on this show.
Yeah, and he does that so frequent. I don't know whether he can be taking calls from people in the background.
Yeah, they be giving update. Eric go get some calorie because he got to put a lot of muscles and a lot of energy to laugh.
So this, what am I trying to show today? The drugs.
I mean, I leave Eric alone. Eric, George, then we need him run.
I need George. George is the worst among all. For he doesn't even say anything, and he just come here and the only thing he want to do, he want to attack other people.
I forgot, but I continue.
But my brother Afra, it's been a while, man. It's good to see and share the show with you tonight.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So talk about the something today. Another drugs bust. What's that? What I'm trying to talk about?
There was another discovery today of drugs in the country.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was two sides. One from the Soviet Union, and I wanted to talk about the way these drugs came in. And let me see here. It's just a short video, guys.
I don't even know. Look, the benefits, the kind of groundwork that this non-binding and agreement does for the government. People don't know that it has a future implication. It have future prospect, the future contract and partnership, and mutual goals and expectation that the MOU gonna do. We're gonna see it.
As you can see this. Only bad they put in the car. Yeah, everything in the car. We not one. Hey, go back. You have to get us more, yeah? Yeah, get it. What Alice? Hello. Open this. Yeah, man. The thing you are running for. Let's go in. Ain't done it. How many were? How are you? Stop, don't take him away. Don't take him away.
Just a little stuff. It's not much long anymore. Ooh. So yeah, another drugs issue. I talk about drugs a lot, but it's something that is,
keep coming up.
Yeah, in our country. So we gotta keep talking about it. And the head on that was honest. Y'all forgive me. Whenever I get it right up to do it, when I play something, it just appear. I'm trying to get the hang of this, but I think this just something was caught at a civilian with a civilian national bringing this in the country. So passing through the borders and coming in and these. So my question is that we've seen a lot of these drugs busts and every time, every day from these borders and from these entry points and stuff like that since the administration took over, even though they have been having problems with the leadership, keep switching them, and which some people I see it as a good thing. Some people see it as bad and want to politicize it and something like that. But these things were not, seen in the past administration. And the amount of drugs we have now, they want to blame it on this administration for the 1.5 years and what they're doing so far. So you guys, if this was not happening at all, can you guys just tell me, imagine, right, what would it should be like today? We're having all of this, right? And we're going through what we're going through, right? With the drugs bust and everything. So when I saw this video, I started to think about it, and I said, let me take it on the show so we can talk about this, because this is look at this amount of drug, and this is like the second one, another one too, or something. And I think I just want to brush over there, and then another video I wanted to show you so we can talk about it real quick. Just one minute. Oh. Who washing me? So go ahead. Somebody.
Okay. Can you hear me?
It is Eric. When he came on, you started having that feedback.
So can I go ahead?
He's muted.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's muted.
Let me be clear. The issue of drug is a national security concern. The president, in his inaugural address, told the Liberian people that the issue of drugs is a national emergency. At this time, we should be talking about more implementation, about the arrest of people going to court, rather than still talking about leadership crisis at the LDA. I think the president has failed the Liberian people in this regard. That's my personal. That's
Please
my.
send it to me on that number. I don't have it. Thank you. Sorry, Alfred.
I think the president has failed the Liberian people in this regard. It has been over almost I can say almost 2 years now, we've been talking about this drug issue. And we have been having crises at the LDA. The president has not been very proactive in terms of, setting a roadmap for that institution to be able to effectively and adequately carry out its mandate. So I think the president has failed in a fight against drug. While it is true that there has been tremendous effort in some areas from individuals within the LDA trying to make sure that they can do their job professionally, but I think the president has not been forthcoming in terms of really putting his feet down to be able to deal with the issue of drugs. That's my personal opinion about it. And that's, as you can see with the different discovery of drugs, even the guys that we expect to be doing their job professionally, you see the guys are not properly trained. The way they handle the drugs itself is a problem for me, I think. And there's a lot of things that need to be done when it comes to the issue of drugs. And I think the president has the fiduciary responsibility to ensure that this issue of drugs is dealt with decisively, so that we can't always be talking about crisis within the LDA. We need a strong leadership at the LDA to be able to deal with the issue of drugs. Right now, I don't know whether the president have already appointed a new group of individuals at the level of the LDA and what they are doing. So that's my take on it.
Raymond?
So, first and foremost, I want to commend all those who are putting in their time, energy, and effort to clean Liberia out of those illicit drugs. It takes hard work, especially given the limited resources that they have. When you have to look at these situations in society, you got to look at from the perspective of the baseline and the challenges. Then you will be able to appreciate efforts and achievements. But if you start counting from 1,000, and don't count from 100, then you will take one to be a very small number. But if it's progressive, then you will know that 1 builds up to 2 and the likes before you reach to 1,000. With the circumstances of drugs abuse in our country, you have to build from zero, because there was no effort in the past 6 years to combat drugs. This president came from day one. The first DEA director, we saw a lot of drugs bust. The second DEA director, we saw a lot of drugs bust. Those drugs who are being in our communities and vulnerable youth who have been taking it, and all the negative effect of drugs who are being impacted them. But today, the amount of drugs that have been confiscated from the Liberian market or communities now reaching to users is commendable. My brother Alfred outlined some things that are yet to be achieved, those challenges. They're all true. But we have to build up from where we came from, where we are, to get to where we're going to be. And this president might not achieve it. But if he's taking it from 0 to 50, another president can come and can build up from there. Look, the circumstances of drugs in our country is a rare alarm emergency. It's in a pandemic state. It can be faced in the time frame my brother Alfred is thinking it can be done, considering everything that makes Liberia what it is. First, we are a third world country. Our budget to even put it into drugs enforcement. The DEA officers that are going out there, what are the logistics they even have? What are the manpower we have? What are the intelligence level we have? With all of those challenges, even if you took a very trained person from the United States who've been trained and you send them in Liberia, they will not achieve everything in a short time because they lack everything. We see America here when they go for burst, the amount of equipment that go, the amount of manpower that go. Can you compare that to Liberia? The people using little or nothing. They're performing miracles.
They don't even have gloves.
Of course. And that's what makes our a third world country. That's the baseline. What we have. We got 0 or nothing. But yeah, we're making efforts. So for me, those people are heroes.
Yeah, there are 1,000 miles for them to go. But with what they're achieving with a little or nothing, and in a short space of time, I applaud them all.
Thank you.
And I hope they can do better, like my brother Afra said. That's our expectation. But they just got started.
All right. You see, this is the thing. If you do assessment of the proverbial current statute of what we have at the LDEA, giving the lack of tools to battle something that Raymond termed as reaching a state of epidemic. You have to apply some level of seriousness to that. Have the administration done that? You could definitely have an opposing view. But I personally, I would say the administration have not approached this existential threat with the level of intentionality that I would have expected. Because this is actually eroding a generation, an entire generation. So that right there, you don't need, like, we can talk about everything else, but if we cannot get that drugs issue under control, then there is absolutely no substantial gain in any other area that will benefit Liberians if you can't get that right. Okay, and I'm saying that because I know exactly how it is. And I'm not blaming this state of drugs proliferation in Liberia on this administration. I'll be damned if I do that. God will punish me for doing that. But we need to start seeing some intentionality and some deliberate action from the administration. And that's staying with how do you get it wrong from the first batch of officers at the LDEA? You got it wrong then. You waited for an investigation that almost then went a year before you could appoint another leadership. And in less than 6 months, you need to get one out of there. Then something is not being done right. All right? So that would be my only criticism on that part. But drugs in itself, it is a political incentives when it comes to Liberia. At least we saw that from the past administration. They use it as a political commodity. How did I know? Doing this so-called, protests that they had recently.
Oh, yeah.
There were people captured on camera, deliberately on camera, for whatever reason, I don't know. They were saying that they actually love the past administration because the past administration allowed them to do whatever they had to do. And they were getting some money to put in their pocket because the government did not care about what they were doing in ghettos. And that tells you who is right and who is wrong. Mm-hmm. And that tells who actually, approaching the drug issue with the level of seriousness that some of us believe it should be approached with, but we're not getting that.
Campaign time, we heard we want Kush.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to end with this. I won't go as far as telling that this administration has failed on the drug war, like my brother Alfred alluded. But I would say they are failing instead of fail completely. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I remember Eric in. Eric is the Loon House. Oh, damn. You lawyer.
At least we have a common ground.
Eric lawyer.
I should lower what?
No, he got a lot of gadget.
No, I don't.
You want to go Eric now.
You hear the echo?
I'm hearing it. Eric, go ahead.
Thank you. Alfred, I agree with you that the Joe Barker government has failed. I also partially agree with Toure that they are failing. There's no way we can sugarcoat this thing. The spark and dye that Joe Biden government has brought in our country, killing our young people. Dozens of our young people are dropping dead. We cannot intellectualize this. Neither can we place a blind eye on this. Doing so, we are eroding our own credibility and our integrity. We can't do this to our country. Young people are dying on the street every day. You go on Facebook, you feel horrible. People are dying. We have never had the zenith of death and destruction of our young people who we are depending on to be the future leader of our country when it comes to moving the country forward, like we have now under this incompetent Joe Biden government. It is a shame, it is disgraceful, and we all should condemn that. I salute you, Afra, even though your colleagues are bashing you, but you stood a patriotic ground that many of them will not dare to see because they want to be seen as quote unquote UP surrogates, that are unapologetic with their loyalty for a dementia-driven Joe Biden. And that I'm going to say to you that you are a patriot. I salute you tonight on this note. Look, the protesters were clear that the president's son, Tatan, is a drugs baron. We have got no investigation from the Ministry of Justice or the LDEA, to call him in for questioning. As I speak to you, the deputy for operation who was dismissed, who was caught on tape, compromising and covering up for his daughter, who was a drugs user and a drug pusher. He's not in court, he's not in jail. And our young people continue to die. How can you say you're fighting drugs when the deputy director for operations at the LDEA is caught on tape compromising drugs, and all you can do to remove him from your position, it is not enough. That's not a step for a government who won on the mantra of rescue. It's shameful. We should condemn that. Bouaka government has failed the Liberian people when it comes to the issue of drugs and in all other areas.
So can I ask you a question?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, so yeah, you do have something you're listening to back there. So what happened to the DEA buzz himself that we heard on tape everywhere calling for the strong substance and everything in the WLA government? What happened to him?
All right, so for something I'm listening to, I'm not listening to anything. I think it's my Xbox that is giving the feedback. My apologies for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, the freezer or whatever.
What?
That's what I'm saying. No, I can show that to you.
No, you don't have to.
No, let me do that.
Okay, let me go ahead.
You see it, right?
Yeah, but Xbox.
So you won on the mantra of rescue. The former DEA director, if he was found liable of compromising drugs, this government has the right to prosecute him. There's the statute of liberty, or not statute of liberty, statute of limitation has not elapsed on his horrible quote unquote engagement with the citizen government. Why is he not being persecuted by your government since you're so concerned about fighting drugs? Why are you still passing the buck to George Weah? George Weah was removed from power by the Liberian people. You have the power. You can effect the change that you promised the Liberian people, but you're still blaming George Weah. Collect the former DEA boss, take him to court, prosecute him, if found guilty, send him to South Beach. And if Beda Yara is still operational, send him to Beda Yara. Send a signal. But you have not done that. Then you won't be talking about George Weah here. Your own deputy director for operation, who was caught on tape disgracefully. Today, the surrogate, George Calando, his vehicle was used as a mode of transportation for what is now referred to as an illicit drugs in our country. Joe Calano all on radio talking. Why is he not being invited? In fact, he said he has never been invited by the DEA. I listened to him last night.
Draco, I
Bragging
know
about that.
on Monday.
Yes.
Okay.
I listened to him last night. He said he has not been invited by the DEA. Why is he not being invited by the DEA? Why is it it's always the poor people who you can always arrest and kill? Pardon?
He's supposed to go in on Monday.
Well, that's what you're saying. But what he says, what I'm
No,
quoting.
that's what is out there. He said it himself too.
I have not no when he said it.
Go ahead.
Because I've never seen a statement from him that he said he's going there on Monday. Okay, it's always the common people that you want to score political points on. Today you have a deputy minister who allegedly raped. He's not being in chain. When the poor man rape, you say rape is a start. It's a
I beg to interrupt. I beg to interrupt this time. Eric, you have to stay on the
But he has long concluded his time.
Yeah. But it's
Raymond, you are not the one to determine that I long consider my time.
Go out and come back. Maybe that was stop.
What will stop?
Amy, only when you're talking, but when you are muted, we don't hear it, Amy.
Yeah.
Amy, when you are muted, we don't hear it.
But Amy, I'm on. Thank you, Francis.
No,
Oh, I end it again. The man said you want to interrupt me. I accepted it. Then say I end it. How you running the show tonight? No, they're not dropping. Wait.
I asked you a question.
No, but Amy, I'm speaking. Amy, when everybody's speaking, you don't interrupt. Every time I'm speaking, you interrupt. Soon you interrupt, then I say my time. No problem. You carry on. No, I'm not playing victim. Exactly, Francis. Thank you.
He was done. I started speaking.
Francis, for the validation, thank you. You can have the rest of my time. Thank you. At least somebody validated me. Thank you. I mean, you can take the time.
Francis, something to show. You were done, and I said thank you before I first started talking about you or something. But go ahead, Francis.
But anyway, you see.
Eric, try going out and come back in, please. Maybe there's something.
No, but anyway, we're not hearing it again right now.
When he starts to talk, we hear
Because
it.
Eric is muted.
Yeah.
But you see, our brother Eric, he just said something that went over his own head. And how embarrassing that is. They are begging, trying to make the case for Labropo to bring them back. He admitted that, during that turn, the DEA person was caught on tape. But why Joseph Bogakin, the statute of limitation is not over yet? Why Joseph Bogakin prosecuting? I agree to everything that you just said, but you shouldn't even be saying that. Are you saying that Judge White was incapable of prosecuting somebody during his time? So that's the excuse you're making out? All the criminal there, all the crime that happened during Judge White's time, saying he was not capable, saying he had no leadership quality to bring them to justice. Joseph Bogakin should bring them now. Malabripo, Sidisha, I will keep talking to you. Reactions don't listen. There's no hope for you. But listen to your story again when they speak. The man saying that we didn't do anything, Joseph Bogakin should do it. So, say they were incapable of holding their own people accountable for setting the foundation of this illicit drug trade in our country. If you have don't face the please bring her back. Now what I'm saying to you, we got 2 hands susu. And Joseph got 2 hands, Joe got to get his 2 hands. But you saw what he did with his first hand. They're telling you, just saw what Joe did with his first hand. But you should bring him back to complete his second hand. They drop. He talked about Zogos de Tatan that want to drop people. Was it did Chad Weah get accused of bringing drugs into the country too?
No.
Did the power arrest him? Before you want to talk about Zogos de Tatan bringing drugs?
When you're talking, your admission was so rotten. You have to stop saying these things because it's like it's embarrassing, but you cannot shame in your game. You didn't figure out, Jerry, I didn't do it. You're not bring Jerry out. Jerry out on pass. Your king to say rescue. So are you guys saying that your incompetence and your crimes, the people should forget it and pray about because Joseph Boga said he come to rescue? Even if Joseph Boga doesn't rescue the country, the people are begging, unless you're less suffering, you have a CDC bar. I dare you. You have CDC bar, say you're less suffering. Unity Party failed. I think there were 20 other parties in the 2020 election. I mean, the 2023 election. Please, I'm begging you. If Unity Party failed, bring somebody else. Because you are already seeing what Jerry are capable of. In 2005, he lost the election. I said, oh, Jerry, the mayor president. In 2011, he lost the election. They said, oh, you're not president. You're getting a chance. He won in 2017, and he showed you what he's capable of, which is nothing. Which is nothing. You're not taking for joke. He want to talk about, oh, Trump should reverse the free education system. You know the trouble that will happen in that country? Look at today. Somebody that's doing lawyer. Fighting to do lawyer, right?
Free education.
Imagine saying, oh, we're reversing free education. Nothing is free. You get somebody to do lawyer because education that's free is not quality education. I keep telling the people at Cotton University will not do lawyer. Missouri University will not do lawyer. They will study law. So that brother that doing lawyer, he plead a case, will do 20 years. That's the result of free education. It's not quality education, but it's just a library. People can think for themselves. So say free, let's throw our children in there. Let's graduate. Do you want that man representing you? Do you want that man treating you as a doctor? Do you want that man fixing your car or building your bridges without free education?
No.
You see, you don't want these people, but they sit there and do. I was there sound. Why they are children? You see that brother when they're doing lawyer, he in like brother suffering. John, we are playing professional football. I can't great children in Liberia. I said, do in America. Everybody, their families are getting better healthcare, quality education. Because taxpayer funding it. Taxpayer funding education that are getting abroad. But you doing lawyer, they say go there for free. But when people are trying to say, okay, you know what? You don't stay yelling at them. They need to fix the university. But you can't do it. Why give me free education for people to go do lawyer? You have to make people pay some money so you can improve the education system so people that can afford for now to go, and then you can prioritize primary education first. But other than that, all they will do lawyer in that country.
Thank you.
So free education is good. And they can't talk about judgment. And then we have to bring him back. My people, if you're not part of failure, please, I point out because we all campaign for Unity Party. But the failure, if you like suffering, you bring Judge Weah back. And y'all will find out.
Thank you. Formula.
I mean, you see, no interruption from Francis. When I speak, you interrupt me. Then you tell me my time over. I hope you follow the pattern of your show tonight. Thank you.
You just interrupted Formula time before you even started.
No, I never. He spoke and landed.
All right. You know, always, when I sit and listen to my brothers from the other aisle, this cacophony story, I don't know when it's going to end. Yeah, I don't know how we even reach this far. That a very young man like Eric will wake up and just say things. You said Tantan was a drugs baron. A certified, in fact, let me make it fun for you, a certified drugs baron. And your administration was not able to arrest him and bring him to book. Hey, man. Is this how you guys want to? In fact, I've already said it before on the show, that because of Eric, because of Asedo, because of the lack of Akaos Gray, because of the lack of, what's the other one? Kev Hassan. You guys, along with Josh Weah.
And a new one.
And along with Jefferson Chelsea is not a smart guy. I already knew that. So it's just unfortunate that all of you just grouped together to combust the political tenacity and fortitude of George Weah. George Weah has no direction right now. George Weah is confused. You see that? All of you get confused. The man saying that now, the only thing George Weah do, as soon I see what George Weah said and say, he said, Makatus, in the Rambles and Makatus. Then I say, Baku. And they want, the man won. And look, the point we have reached in Liberia, I've said it over and over, we are in the age of information. President Bouakai is not 100%. President Bouakai is not 100%. But is President Bouakai far better than George Weah? 1 million times. A million times. And other man who people think that they said he would not even live for 6 months. Some of you took President Bouakai on hospice. But I think the hospice people reset it for him and say, my man, hey, we are taking from hospice and send you far beyond our one. We looking at the government, the drugs. The issue of the proliferation of drugs in Liberia was not at this point, even during Manasseh lifetime. But today, even the United States government was forced to come and capture a major drug that was entering the country, 100 million worth of drugs. And when they take the Gazan, what happened to the Gazan? They disappear without trace. And now the CDC government want to beat on Unity Party want to beat on this government for drugs. You know what happening now in the country? That all of the Gazan that was sitting in that drugs area there, they cartel that network that the Gazan built in Liberia. Liberia was one of the transit hub for drugs on the continent, in the entire West Africa.
Mm-hmm.
And because those Gazans were receiving diplomatic passport, it was easy for them to bring drugs in and out of the country. But today we having President Bouakai in his far-sightedness has instituted mechanism. In fact, the budgetary allotment for the DEA increased under the Bouakai's administration. You can check the report. The successive budgetary year, there have been significant increment. Are there still challenges? Yes. And that's the reason why I say until the rotten tooth is pulled out, the mouth must chew with caution. We don't have the sophistication now. The amount of sophistication that the United States, in fact, the United States
yesterday with your parable.
To like no parable.
Family need to repeat that thing, bro.
Until the rotten tooth is pulled out, the mouth must chew with caution. You can get rotten teeth, you might be chewing, or you come in do what? What you want to do? We get enough. We don't have enough. We can be running around saying we're going to catch all the judgment. We don't have it. America is prepared to go to war for people who bring illicit drugs in the country. We see that currently now off the coast of Venezuela. We see that. So the drug cartel is a very big network. In a country like Liberia, who is still considered as a terror country, cannot tackle drugs on the short period of time. Yes, there will be outbreaks there. There will be some impression from new leadership to tell President Bouakai, hey, I can do the job. But guess what? Because of the economic situation, because of the way in which the guys get rich quickly with drugs, sometimes some people get compromised easily. Yeah. But we are not going to tell you that this government has not done well when it comes to the issue of drugs. They have done far well. And Eric, I don't want you, a very young man, to always be flip-flopping and changing the goalposts. When they ask you about drugs, you leave it, you attack President Bouakai dementia. When they take that one from you, you almost like a child who throwing tantrum everywhere because the man refused to give them tete because they have reached the age to leave tete. You get throwing tantrum all over the place. They leave the other one and say, oh, they are rape on the other side. When we come to the rape issue, you leave the rape topic, you go to drugs. When we come to the drugs topic, you leave the drugs topic, you go to the other one. So I don't know how you guys going to sporadically be having the conversation and you'll be confusing things everywhere, all over the place. But I get back to you, Amy.
Thank you. So let's see why we on the drugs issue. You guys, please let me know, why is this thing being arrested? Why is it a problem?
Thank you. Today is Friday, the 26th of September 2025, and this is West Point TV Live as we bring you reports of allegedly smuggled phones, a huge consignment here at Leptraco Fence, Waterside. Information has it that the LDA Monrovia or Central Monrovia chapter, the satellite detachment, have uncovered such huge quantity of smuggled phones in the township of West Point. And so basically, in connection with the Liberia Revenue Authority, and they're collaborating to ensure that matters of economic sabotage is being brought to light, and the government of Liberia is able to receive its just benefit in terms of revenues. And so, yes, they continue to do their work beyond the borders of just drugs. And so they've also uncovered a huge consignment now of smuggled phones here in Liberia, specifically in the Leptraco Fence here at Waterside. And the group of people responsible for such a huge task is the satellite detachment of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, alongside the Liberia Revenue Authority. And so both of them are collaborating here. And we hear what you see here is what we term, it's almost, I've not gotten a real number, but it's approximately 50 cartoons, and we do not know the number of phones in each of the cartoons.
Thank you, guys. So please, I know he said phones. These are not drugs. Why is it being arrested? Alfred. You're muted.
You're muted, Alfred.
Well, if those consignment as the reporter over the posted, if they never passed through the Liberia Revenue Authority, if they were hidden from the inspection at the port, then of course it needs to be arrested. That would be considered economic sabotage. Because if you are bringing things in the country, you need to declare it. That's what the law says. So if you brought your goods in the country and it is not declared, and the particular taxes that you're supposed to pay on that, and you were not able to pay, evade taxes, that could be considered economic sabotage.
The LDA is the one arresting that. That's what I'm confused about.
Yeah, in terms of government operation, we already know that the LDA has its own mandate, and it should not be carrying out those kinds of arrests. Again, this is Liberia. When it comes to the issue of capacity, right? Most of our government institutions and agencies are under-capacitated. So as a result, you will always see this cooperation between agencies working together because of that issue. So say, for example, with the particular video you just played, I would have expected to have seen agents of the LRA and of course the Ministry of Commerce going down there to ensure that the government revenues are being paid. Instead, we are seeing a drug enforcement agency doing the arrest. So again, we come down to the issue of capacity building. Most of our institutions are not capacitated for them to be able to carry out their own mandate. So as an end result, you will see people be requesting for manpower from here and there to be able to actually exert some level of law enforcement.
Thank you.
I think that's what I'm saying here.
Famula, what's up?
So quickly, let me just give this information, because this was the satellite division of the LDA. That's not the whole. There's a component of the LDA that is that has the capacity. And let me get college short for Mamiri to understand. The technology department of the LDA that have eyes.
Understand technology.
Yeah, that have eyes up there. That understand to get information. So look, they get a camera up there. I can be Washington, but this compact in Liberia now, there's a compact sign between the LDA and other security agency. There is a joint security operation. So it's not just the LDA. So it's joint security because we don't have the sophisticated.
So you think they're thinking that when they're saying this, they don't know what's in it? Were they thinking that this was drugs?
It could be. It could be, and in fact, it have to be inspected. So now they say it's cell phone, but if they go deep inside and they see the other company, that's why they just hold on to it and call the other authority who responsible to know whether they whether they pass you or the right thing. That's it.
Thank you. Eric, then we're up there now.
Yeah, thank you. Just for educational purpose, because my brother Francis is keen on the output of the University of Liberia students. So I thought to slide this in. You don't arrest non-living things, you impound them. So that reporter and some people on the show saying why they arrested the drugs or why they arrested this. No, you don't arrest those things, you impound them. You arrest a living being. So why the quote-unquote alleged drugs or whatever it is was impounded, it is within the armpit of the DEA. Once they have probable cause, they can impound substances or goods or whatever that they consider to be drugs until proven otherwise. And if it is proven otherwise, those things can be released. So I don't find any issue with that. Once they're able to authenticate to say, okay, these are not drugs, they are, acceptable goods, and those things can be released. So I don't think that is an issue for me.
Francis.
But what did I have to do on the university? You just said
No, what it has to do is that because your argument was the fact that the student said he's studying law, so it's an indictment on the free education and the output of our students. So you are keen on the output of what people say. So that's why I just thought to slide that in.
Where's the feedback coming from?
Yeah, so is it my Amy mute?
No, Eric, either Eric or Amy, one of them.
There's nothing wrong with it. It's Eric.
Okay, Amy, still muted. Eric, or mute yourself. Let me see something.
I'm not muted.
No, I think can you please mute so Eric can unmute himself? I was thinking it's fine.
I'm already muted.
Yeah, Eric. No, Eric, unmute, please. Unmute and still unmute. So it's coming from you, Eric. Because Amy was muted. So anyway, the show almost over anyway. But so yeah, it's a good thing, like everybody put it. If you smuggle goods into the government, even if it's not illegal, I mean, it's not like drugs or whatever the case may be, you're still robbing the country because you're supposed to pay your duties or whatever through the port of entry, so the government can get their share. So all you need to do is find those people. I don't know what kind of business is that. Find them, make sure they can pay what they're supposed to pay on that. But I think I'm not sure if we are closing now because after midnight, almost.
Right. Francis, can we say this is if this thing will pick up at a satellite division? Is that a step in the DEA, like a good step that we can commit, right? I mean, commit.
Of course. Because if the DEA, the branch of the DEA is picking up somebody smuggling, it could be smuggling a bicycle into the country for sale or whatever the case may be. If we have security apparatus that are able to catch these things, that's good for the country. We don't want drugs in our country. But anything that you bring into the country illegally, it doesn't matter if you bring in food in the country illegally, you shouldn't be doing that. And if our folks can track that and capture it, that's commendable. We appreciate that, and we should look forward to a lot of. We should look forward to it, and we should sing their praises when it comes to that. But Amy, I would like to close because my dude be waking up and stuff like that. He about to start crying and stuff. But I want to talk to our Liberian people. Please do not let these people come and lie to y'all. There's two-party system in Liberia. There's no two-party system in Liberia. The last time I checked, about 20 people.
Yes, even more.
George, we cannot lie to you anymore and say I gave me chance. Or they can't lie to you anymore and say I gave me chance.
The ball, George Weah, I love George Weah, especially when you play football for Liberia. But George Weah is not a leader.
Helping verbs.
He's not a leader. Some of people love George Weah for what he did as a football player, but do not suffer your future generation by making him president again. Like I always say, it's not two hands susu. He's not forced to be president for the second time. There are plenty of people over there. Try all 20 of them. If President Obama failed, try the third person, try the fourth person. But if you're less suffering, you'll continue with the United Party and CDC thing. Back and forth, let it play on the football. Anyone there for 12 years, she messed our country. They looted our country, she and her children, and their officials. Your brother Josh, we are there. And you can see that there will be no different if you made a mistake and bring Jerry about 2029. There are no new people around here right now. The same people that were there, now they look at a bank account, but they didn't expect to be kicked out. So some of them were not even saving their money that they were stealing. They were not managing their funds properly because they thought that two hands susu. So they were coming back for another year. They needed your vote in 2023, and they treated you like that. After 2029, if you have made mistake, elect George Weah. CDC will be no more. So George Weah is not capable of running again. You got nobody to put in front. CDC got nobody to put in front. So if George Weah and the CDC don't need you after 2029 election, imagine what they will do. 2023 is neither y'all. They didn't do anything to make sure your children were put in better position. Then you made mistake and put it there for 2029. George Weah can't run again according to the constitution after 2029 if he wins. The damage will be done. Your children will be saying, I was saying sound to George Weah and Akara great children, because that children in a better place, preparing themselves to come and rule your children who have been saying, I was a style behind them. Your children are better than that. Your children should be future leaders too, not breeding ground for our style for George Weah and people. Thank you.
Amy, can I close? I have a few issues to attend to, man.
Oh, yes, Keep getting myself. Go ahead, Raymond.
Thank you, Amy. So smuggling is a crime. What it does, it deprives the government for generating the revenue to operate. And the same way items are smuggled, usually it's the same way drugs are smuggled. So it's a criminal activity under the law. So I want to commend the satellite division of the LDA for uncovering that. Apparently, because it was smuggled, they assumed might have been some illicit things like drugs. But the journalist said the items seized were the detachment that did the job was in collaboration with the revenue authority. But it's joint security, so any crime committed, a joint security can intervene, especially when they're in a close proximity of the crime. So that was good, but I'm sure they're going to turn it over to the LRA, and the LRA will take up from there. But the fact that they moved in, assuming it was some illicit drugs, and uncover that it wasn't drugs but smuggled items, they're going to do that, and I think that's right. And not just that, but I believe a lot of other folks are using the same means to bring drugs in and smuggling items in our country, depriving the country of the needed revenue to build and develop our country. On other note, I heard you people talk about Kev Hassan was watching pornography on the Spoon Talk. Is that true or was it just a job?
No, he was.
Oh,
It
my
was true.
God.
He had his mic open.
He
Oh
lose guy.
Oh my God.
He
He should
lose
be
guy.
expelled. He should be expelled from the show. He's not worthy of disseminating information with not being having a reputable character. You can't bring such person on to talk to the public who doesn't even have the decency of a person to go on a talk show and watch pornography. That's below the belt. And that is a disrepute to the show. So he should be expelled and never to allow to be to return. If any of us does that on this show, whoever it is, should be expelled.
Got my eyes on y'all.
Raymond, I wish you were part of the decision maker on Spoon to be able to recommend that. Unfortunately, you are not.
But criticizing Spoon for talking about corruption in society and speaking to ills in society when a panelist can watch pornography when he should be discussing pressing national issues. That's below the belt. That's indecency. He's not worthy. He's not worthy of speaking to issues in Liberia when he's quite indecent. I'm just speaking to those ills.
Be coherent. That's why, because he not be focused on the show. He don't say nothing that makes sense.
That's the close guy. That Africa me.
Africa.
Well, Africa already spoke. Mr. Davis, you just come in. Just come in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're not raising new song.
Today,
You know who talking about here?
Today is my anniversary, like first thing. Today.
Oh,
happy anniversary
to you.
Thank you.
Happy anniversary to you and your dear wife.
Okay, thank you very
You
much.
cooking pepper soup tonight.
I just from buying some cartoon or snap on my man.
They get do small thing. We're finna go back 2 pounds, 3 pounds, buy whole carton.
They go buy boom boom. They go buy stuff. Go ahead.
So
That's something like closing up. Just go ahead and start it.
thank you people very much for your kind words toward me and my wife for the anniversary. At least you people the first to tell me happy anniversary.
No kidding.
Very much.
Is today your anniversary or tomorrow? Which one?
Today Saturday.
Yeah, today Saturday. You're right.
For the dinner
Okay,
break.
yeah. Yeah, we'll come back later to do
already
the
in
actual
the day.
celebration. We'll come back to do the real celebration.
So
Just send some pictures to Emmy so we can actually celebrate you.
Okay, I will do that.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. David, I got a bottle of champagne for us to share on the show and celebrate your anniversary.
Thank you very much. The problem about us in Liberia is we get our own to self. It will continue to mind our own to self. That country will not go nowhere. Like today on our even K. Hassan show over there, they were talking about we are breaking ground, then you're accusing Joseph Waka. They say we'll break a ground for the housing estate, Georgia. You don't even know the town. Their government is criminal. Their government this one. Then they ask the man, what time you pay the money? He said 2022. That's the time we invested the money. Then now you want to say it's not from any time that anybody, people in the country. I don't know what. That was say I was praying. Good. That particular CDC they move and I pray that our car windshield will not bust again. That headquarters, when they get the headquarters, be way inside or they might not be on the car.
What you driving in your car windshield?
Then the boss my car windshield before.
Oh, wow.
They can throw soon. Nobody can pass there. So I'm happy. They move that sycamore tree because when you go on that sycamore tree, the area, drink water from that sycamore tree, some of the water drip on you. All of them they say the same. Nobody can say nothing. Anything Georgia say that's true. Anything Georgia move that's true. Georgia move that's true. Everything that's true. So CDC never condemn CDC. Thank you very much. We must not start supporting our own. Don't support the country. Let the country be straight, support one another. Anybody that doing wrong thing, don't condemn them.
Thank you. Alfred?
Well, in closing, I'd like to say thank you for holding the ground. It has been a challenge for me, to regularly be on the show as I should. But hopefully we will cross that challenge and hopefully we'll be back again, fired up, to continue our contribution, about the 4 March of Liberia. Tonight, the show was again interactive. I hope to be here tomorrow again. Again, I want to say thank you to all of you for taking up your time to be here at this time of the night to be able to talk about the 4th March of Liberia. In closing, I mean, Liberia problem is not a small problem, but we'll keep talking. We'll keep talking. We'll keep talking until this country will be forced to get better. Because again, like I always say to people, the diaspora Liberian, we are the one that will have to join forces to make that country better. Because we have the expertise, we have the technical know-how, and it will not be a good thing for all to just sit alibi and allow the country to go the way it's going. We have to keep talking.
Allow you.
We have to keep talking. We have to keep our foot on the neck of our leaders to make sure that they can get all the needed result we want to make the country better. Thank you.
So,
I want us to celebrate. Eric, can you close your mic? Thank you.
What does my mic has to do with what you're doing?
Can you close your mic?
Feedback.
What does it have to do with what you're doing?
the echo from
No
Amy, can
echo
you shut
here.
his mic and stop delaying?
Can you
Start
go
the main
ahead?
mic.
I'm not interfering.
Eric, as we're talking, we can hear ourselves. When
Amy,
your
you
mic
got
is
it.
Can you hear myself?
Can you get shut the main mic?
I'm not going to shut my mic because my mic is not interfering. The host can do that if she wants to.
So this show is, Amy, if you want me to talk, you have to shut Eric mic now. Thank you. This show is about an intellectual exchange. It's not a posture of sabotage, as Eric just demonstrated. And we want to share the platform with people in a civil manner. So I hope I'm secure to have such an exchange to you, the host, that we will not have such sabotage from a fellow panelist on the show when you even speak to him and he puts such a defiant posture. I hope the next time I come here, I won't have the same response because that is quite indecent.
Yeah, that's not cool.
And so going forward, discussing the issues, Liberia belongs to all of us. Criticizing the government objectively is a welcome thing. It gave the government reasons to work harder, like my brother Afra just did. But when we hear surrogate of the definition of failure and ineptitude come here and spew out falsehood, giving statistics, but with no reference, and disjunctive logic, it baffles me that some elements are discussing Liberia for no other reason but selfish gains, idolizing an individual who doesn't even understand the issues on governance. And Liberia fight should be about honesty and the general interest of the Liberian population. But when you have an agenda that is driven by political greed, it amounts to nothing good. Liberia belongs to all of us, and our fight is the improvement of our country, that every person should benefit, irrespective of political affiliations, persuasion, or the likes. As a matter of fact, Liberians belong to every Liberian, beyond whether tribal, religious, or whatever. But every Liberian have a responsibility to the state Liberia. And that other responsibility must come out of patriotism. Patriotism is not based on bias. It's not based on cultism. It's not based on loyalty to an individual, especially an individual that is anti the state, that doesn't do anything in the best interest of the state. And I hope we all can add our voices to the betterment of Liberia. And beyond that, I have a bottle of wine, actually a champagne. And when the show ends, we all can share glasses and celebrate our dear brother and fellow panelists. Thank you.
Go ahead, Eric.
Thank you. I mean, uh, I'm not responsible for anyone inferiority complex on the show. If you're not used to being challenged with your falsehood, I'm here to challenge you respectfully. The fact that my mic is on now, it is not interfering with anyone. Even if it is remain on while you're speaking, it still does not interfere with anyone.
Okay,
So,
Eric, let's stop that right now. As I'm talking to you, I don't know if you can hear, but everybody in the viewers, they hearing the echo. It's
why
not,
echo?
it's not coming out right. That's why I kept telling you to go out. I can hear myself right now when I'm talking to you. So as everybody it's not sounding right. And that's why we keep telling you, I don't know why you keep trying to put on
I've even changed. I mean, I've changed my location. So that issue about echo, I don't know where you're getting it from.
Okay, then
To be
maybe
honest, I've changed my location, so there's no echo that you're hearing.
it's still coming out. No one is trying to pick at you.
I have asked no one to close the mic. So when you're speaking, you don't tell me to close my mic because you want to speak. I was not interfering.
No one mic is giving you Eric. Yours is. So now that I'm talking, it's disturbing. You gotta hear it so I can talk. So when everybody else is, you have to close. People keep coming to water. So I don't. Come on. We are all responsible. We said that last night. We don't play that game. We fight you on the show.
I'm not playing no game, but I'm not going to sit and allow somebody to speak or disrespect towards me. When I'm speaking, I don't ask people to close the mic. People interrupt me all the time, and we allow it to slide. My background is not interfering with anyone. If you want to put your bottle of champagne on to flex, you can do that. I never interfere. So you have got no right to tell me close your mic and use condescending comments on me. It's disrespectful. And I think you should be ashamed of yourself and apologize for that. Whether you apologize, you're not going to, so it's left with you. But to the issue, when Liberians say that we have two-party system, what they are actually saying is that for the last 20 years, we have had a predominant two-party winning elections. In the US here, there is not a two-party system, technically, because in the 2024 election, there are 4 candidates on the ticket. They had a Green Party, they had a Libertarian Party. So in addition to that, the Democrat and the Republican, there were 4 contenders. You can research that. But yet and still, the media does not wholly cover those other political parties. They play the emphasis on Democrat and Republican. So it's the same with Liberia. So having 20 political parties in Liberia and 2 are predominantly winning for the last 20 years presupposes that we have a dominant two-party system in our country. And I just thought to correct that in a narrative being said on the show. Mr. Davis, I'm happy that you're back. Congratulations on your anniversary. I pray that you continue to enjoy your honeymoon and celebrate. I'm happy that in your private life you are celebrating your anniversary. You're not waiting to be president like Joe Barker before he feasts on the resources of our country to celebrate his anniversary. You are doing that in your private sector. It's very and highly commendable. Family, your argument about Honor George Weah Liberia was a transit of drugs. If we were to hold your argument in a constant flow, today Liberia is the deposit of illicit drugs in our country. At least transit means it just pass through. But deposit right now, it is bringing death, destruction, lawlessness in our country. Our young people are dying every day on the street from illicit drugs. It is something that we should not sugarcoat on any national conversation. Doing so, it means that we are corrupting our own self. Because what it does is that it undermines productivity. When people are sick, when people are dying, if you have a population that is sick, depressed, hopeless, those people can't work. And when people are not working in your country, the economy does not move. That's why you see Liberia is among the poorest country on the face of the earth. Even though you claim that the UN said or the World Bank said poverty reduced, but I challenge you to take your poverty report to the Liberian people, and you will have the repercussion from them. So it was a nice show. I mean, thank you. I appreciate your conversation always, and I'm continuing to be respectful and listen to other people. But in addition to that, I'm
Well,
not going to be a punching bag. I'm not going to be a punching bag for anybody. If you cannot tolerate dissent opinion, it is within your purview to say, Eric, don't come on the show. My life will not stop. I wouldn't come on the show. But when I come on the show, I respect everybody, and I expect everyone to respect me. So nobody gonna disrespect me on the show, and I allow it to say I don't want to come on the show and allow these things. I will not tolerate that while I'm alive.
Thank you, Eric.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you, man.
Can you mute now? I don't hear myself. So the poster you're putting up tonight is not corresponding with what you're saying, respecting other people or something. I don't think anybody. This is a platform for everybody to come. It's not something special for anybody, right? But in that same token, we expect for people to respect each other. If we're telling you that we're getting an echo when your mic is open, no one is speaking on you here, and you keep insisting that you're not because you're not hearing it, that's not being respectful to others. So you can't say you come here and you're trying to do it with respect. That your action and your words are not lining up. This is a platform. Nobody will tell you to stop you from coming here, but you will tell you like you have to respect other people. If Raymond told you to close your mic, why would Raymond is not picking on you? Raymond can stand his ground to something you intellectual that we all come here. After this, we go in the back, we laugh, don't we? Why would somebody want to pick on you? You need to stop having that mindset that somebody's trying to pick on you. And I think if you get something to say, engage with the viewers right now, they will tell you the sound. No one is speaking on you. And now that you close your mic, now that I'm talking, I can hear myself. I mean, it's better. But when your mic is open, anyone that is on the screen right now talking is like they talking and they kind of coming back to them. That's why we told you to close your mic. No one is trying to pick on you, and no one is trying to disrespect you, or no one is trying to get you off the show. But you are being disrespectful to Raymond, and that's not something. Raymond was not trying to pick on you at all. He was just trying to be the place to be better while he's talking. Like we've been asking you, I wasn't like close your mic. It's not to pick on you. Just so you get that. Pamela.
So what a great show, I mean, and for me, I'm a happy man. And I'm always open to having conversation with everybody on the show. Sometimes for me, I came from a background where I can go quarter sometimes if I want to. But at a certain point, we don't do that because on a certain condition, the platform was situated not for ourselves. It's because we wanted to make an impact, give out information to our people because people watch this video and this is for public record. So that's why sometimes it's good for us to treat each other with respect and dignity. I've always said, let not allow our politics, let us not allow the love for political parties or politics to drive or push us to drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. I don't do that in that. It's for me. I deal with people right on the show. We can meet after and we'll discuss it. I don't have anything against you, but let us just do it in a respectful way. And like everyone say, let's intellectualize it. That's it. Let's intellectualize it. Intellectually, we can flex our muscles, but we don't have to fold our feet and use invectives. For me, I will not go that route. So it's a nice show, and I always like for people to come here with objectivity. Sometimes views are subjective. It's okay. Because no matter what I do, I can never tell Eric, in my good mind, I know Eric will never allow me to tell him that this regime is better than George Weah regime. He will never accept it. So I just need to continue to say that the good thing that this administration is doing, I continue to remind Eric, and sometimes compare and contrast what his administration did not do. It's part of it. He can take it, he go to bed, his conscience will be with him. And that's why they say, man, greatest police is his conscience. So I'm not going to go with that thing and putting, but we had a great show. And I can safely say that we are getting somewhere. Every day that we come on the show, we speak on issues happening in the country. We one way or the other do what they call an upliftment, because people going to listen to it. Some people get inspired, and, you know, because every one of us there bring one or two different features to the show. Everybody get our own little thing contributing to the show. So it's okay. We welcome it. The only thing we have to keep maintaining on the show is just respect for all. And, you know, let's just respect all. Give everybody that little space. Yeah, you can do your thing. You beat on me, I beat on you intellectually. We can discuss it. That's okay. But I mean, let us just keep that common tenet, which is respect for one another, you know. And
Thank
so,
you.
I mean, hopefully tomorrow, by God's grace, we'll be on the show again as always. And maybe tomorrow I'll not be having my I'll not be having my glasses on.
Well,
So
let me just leave a little word. I don't know how to.
yeah.
A little
But
word.
I mean, let me end on 30 seconds quickly. So quickly, let me end to conclusively conclude how Eric can do it. Eric can wait for the 1 second.
You can summarize.
You can wait for the 1 second.
I don't say conclusion. I said, let me summarize.
Eric can wait for the 1 second. You say, wait, summarize. Let me conclusively conclude. Let me conclusively conclude. Look, President Baka is doing extremely well. I agree. People can call me any name. Surrogates is okay. It's all right. But in as much as I'm saying that this president understands the rudimentaries of government, and he has shown the traits that with all of the negative vices, he has been able to take decisive action. It clearly shows that the government is moving somewhere. The number of outbursts of trust we are having today, they never have an improved administration, even though that administration was labeled as a breeding ground, there where they were packaging and processing and they were distributing. In fact, it was a major hub or drug hub, where every major thing was happening over there in the Western region. So this president is trying to disconnect and break all those roots and break all those links and everything, dismantle the cartel. We will have to give him some. We have to give him some credit. It's not all perfect, but with the meager resources these entities are having, John Sigide having, they are doing extremely well. And today we're seeing that everybody now, in every community, everybody is saying the same thing, say no to drugs. The slogan is reaching everywhere, far and near. We are all saying no to drugs because drugs has affected every household in Liberia. There's not no single family that can say, oh, they say, oh, my own house, nobody there. No. Your relatives or somebody somewhere, some way connected to your family is affected. And this is a whole country fight. We put hands together and fight a united front. And that's the reason why they say in unity, strong success is show that we will not fail. We've got above our rights to prove we all will up review. I give it back to you.
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for coming tonight. And
But let me just before you close, just a little information. In terms of poverty, Liberia is richer than 16 countries in the world. There are 193 countries in the world. And Liberia 2024 Human Development Index poverty rating, Liberia is ranked at 177. As much as we are the least, still among the least developed country, we are richer than 16 countries. So Eric said, yeah, Liberia is the poorest country in the world. I just wanted to put that out for our audience.
No, I didn't say we are the poorest. I said we are one of the poorest countries.
Okay, there was a misspeak.
No. I didn't misspeak. I said we are one of the poorest countries.
Go back and listen.
Let me do my
No. You go back and listen to it. I said we are one of the poorest.
So thank everyone for coming tonight, and I apologize for the low sound and whatever that is going on. Yeah, so we'll start with the government doing, making some gains. Is that where we want it to be? Absolutely not. But there are challenges that we always come in and tell you that the government is having because of what they, inherit. I know some people would like to tell you that. A lot of people like to tell you that there was milk and honey when he took over in less than 2 years. He turned it into, the desert. But that's not true. And I think everyone who lives in Liberia knows that. If when you're building, you don't build with everybody sipping on champagne, right? Some people will be hurt in the process. But in order for us to get to where we want to be, where we always see other countries and we compare, oh, look at this country, look at that country. It wasn't an easy task. It was a lot of, some pain and some, joy along the way. But after that, overall, it began, 1 second. Oh. So yeah, sorry about that. My daughter calling me. So yeah, it was a little something here and there, but we don't come here and say all the time saying that because it wasn't done yesterday or because the past administration damaged it. So this administration shouldn't fix it. That's not it. That's why we voted. We campaigned to get them out because we seen what they were doing, right? And we want this administration to fix it, but in doing that, we're not oblivious to the problems, to all of the things, the challenges are there that they met, the damages, right, that they met, and they're trying to clean up. They're just almost 2 years, and they're in a cleaning up process. But they're still trying to make some things happen. Okay? So we will not sit here and have people come and behaving like or acting like or trying to tell us that it was so better and in less than 2 years is bad. No, that's where the comparison comes in. Not because nobody want to be calling Judge Weah name here. Judge Weah has already failed the Liberian people talking about coming, but what is he coming back for? What did he forget? He didn't do that. He want to come do. Well, our people are already down. This is where our country at right now. If we give it back to him, God forbid, what do you think will happen? So we can't, and all of these things they're saying happening, it's just all about Judge Weah. Liberia is never, we actually never see Liberia for what it is as a country for everybody. It's always about Judge Weah. When something good happening, Judge Weah name is not being heard. Let's create this chaos, the chaotic thing for Judge Weah name to come up. All of this stunt we've been seeing. Publicity stunts, staging of fires, going to the airport as this is a political rally spots, and throwing stones. And then when the police try to react, what? Joseph Boakai make a phone call to Gregory Coleman, deal with them. I don't know why Joseph Boakai needs Gregory Coleman anyways. If he can be sitting there giving instruction according to the seditions, he should just do the job by himself. Why would he need these people? Why hire somebody and then he be there giving the instructions? Because you ain't got nothing else to do. The president is here meeting with Liberians to encourage people go back and develop.
Amy, I'm sorry. Let me purposely interrupt you. I'll pay the.
So he's doing that. And then people, the moment he got here, what was the first propaganda? He's in the hospital. They saw him on stretchers. What else can they say? I mean, they're just picking those, just throwing stuff. Let's see which one was get stuck on the wall. Let's see which one will stick. Let's just throw it. And all of these things that is being thrown, Liberian people are wise now. We have information. It's not something like back in the days that somebody can just open their mouth and say something. We've seen it everywhere. The only people these things work on, these lines and lies and information, the claim they're giving out works on, only their biz. And that biz will always be there. That 20% or 24%, it will always be there. They are brainwashed. There's nothing you can do about that. But there are few seditions I've seen the lights in the know. They talk about it. They discuss these things. But there are some of them that you just can't get to them. Their country must be in ruin. They will take it and watch these people get rich over them. Their children, life should be in ruin. They will accept it for the next 6 years because we are enjoying, because we are brought here, brother-in-law from Jamaica to get rich out of that country that they never had. Because Cloud Weah, from her hair store, she built an organization for Liberian girls. Are you kidding me? Which one of the first lady had all kind of budget, money in our budget, and they never did whatever, because that is actually which one of them we should be grateful. I should be grateful because y'all took my money. my country money and give it to some lady and acting like that her hair stole money from New York, she built it with. This is the mindset. But they can't be grateful for someone that is trying to get us out of the mud. Some stuff that had not been done. Look at the Southeastern Road. People are emptier buses. I never saw emptier buses because I something in the war. I never seen that. I never know anything about people who was there who know about it. They're telling us that this is the first time they're seeing this. Under this administration, they are trying their best to do something with all the challenges they got. And every time when something happens, MOU, there's one, MOU. MOU is a good thing. We should applaud that. If you don't have agreement with people, how will you send out and do the next step? We got agriculture, 9 million that the government has started already giving out to farmers. We got a lot of things going on in the country. No one will talk about it, but they just want to come in and create a scene that is not even there to tell you that Liberia is falling. And when people in the country are being appreciated, they've seen the hardship that is there. But because of what had happened, that's what that hardship is there. If there was enjoyment going on there for the past year, I guarantee you it will not just disappear in 1.5 years. Absolutely not. But only people who are living in Zootopia and under the rock can believe that. No sensible human being would believe that. So we will always come here. If someone has to walk in poo-poo water, like the slogan they can be saying, the poor walking the poo-poo water and so to campaign against Weah. Not because I hate him. He's a great Liberian man. Like I care for Weah. I love it. I would love to go and see President Weah. But I do not want him to be president of my country anymore. He has done enough damage. He never cared about the people. The wealth that he's squandered by himself, he got it back on the back of the Liberian people. And that is enough. I think he should go. Those other guys that are sitting on platform that they wanted to shut down years ago, because they want to come back and start to milk. All of a sudden, they know all of these bad things now. These politicians won't care about Liberia when they're not there anymore. Then I said they can see it when they were there. They don't see it. And we are not, thank God for technology. Thank God for everything. We know the truth now. And we will continue to let our people know. We will not stand for that. We will not be bamboozled by any politician. I don't care where you come from, what party you come from. We will not stand for it anymore. And for that, I say thank you for being here tonight, for listening to us. Continue to share the show. Continue the comments as you watch it, and we will talk to you guys willing tomorrow. I think it's Social Saturday. Continue to pray for your country and continue to hold the government feet as well to the fire, because we do got some bad elements there. They are not all something, but thank God our president, when he hears it, he suspended or fired them. That's a good thing. Instead of leaving in there for them to damage it more. That is applauding to me. Thank you guys. And we love you all for always coming and being here with us. And continue to share.
Put the show to the back. I was still asking my question in the back.
Thank you.